Oh man, reading through the chat before we get things started here. Alberto Gonzalez says Bill and or Snorik didn't pick any of his artworks this week, but he picked two pieces he's consigning. What am I gonna do, man? At least you got on the board one way or another, even if it's not the stuff you were keeping. It's a win's a win, Alberto. I mean, most people can't even say that I talked about two of their pieces in a given setting, but you got two, so and don't forget about that Falcon piece. You kind of bullied me into that one. We did that. It was kind of like we got to talk about it twice. So there. And hey, I sent you an email last night too. I didn't hear back from you, Alberto. Either way, lots of stuff going on here as always. Stingray says Alberto's never happy. That's not true. Whenever I see Alberto, he looks like the happiest guy on the planet. It's because of all that wonderful Captain America art he has, right? Marcus says I only care about sales. I don't know about that. That's but I can't say I had a good time hanging out with Jason last night. The sale, we didn't sell a lot during the show. I think we sold like I don't know what it was, probably 10 pieces. But I know after the show he sold a cover, and he also sold that David Finch Bizarro piece too. So I know those two pieces sold afterwards, and so everybody was happy. Even Eric Canetti was happy. He's ready to come back on the show again. He's having a good time, which is always nice. But so you owe me a response. That's okay. You don't owe me a response, Alberto. It is how it goes. So beyond all that, I'm home alone for the next 4 days. The kids and Maureen are all off. Where are they at? They're in New Orleans for the Pokemon US Nationals, which I think starts tomorrow. I'm holding down the fort for 4 days. Even home alone on Father's Day. So that's par for the course around here. But it's always cool when the kids get to go play some Pokemon, even if they don't win. That's I think most of their most important friends from the last dozen or so years are always at those events. So they get a lot of good time in there for themselves. And even Maureen has a lot of friends, considering she's been doing it with them for just as long. But number one Marvel fan saying lots of fair prices tonight. I assume he's talking about Comic Connect. I saw yeah. I never quite understood the Comic Connect, the way the auctions run with the extending the time. I always thought it extended time when you were outbid, not when it was just moving a bit along. So I learned something tonight from that Facebook group as well. But every platform has their own unique things. 4C Comics, Ken Carson, home alone. Let's get lunch. Yeah, I was thinking about actually going into town sometime this weekend, maybe on Sunday. I haven't decided yet, or tomorrow. We'll see. So, like I said, we have lots of stuff going on. As I think many of you noticed, we kind of kicked out the Comic Art Live 11 press release late last week, and just kind of covered all the basics on how the show went. Of course, everybody knew by and large, that it was very very successful. I think we almost hit 1.2 million in sales again, which was fantastic. Over 650 sales. Record number of pieces of art that were posted for sale, record number of exhibitors, and by and large, everything went fantastic. And the first time the CAF app got utilized, even if it was just for email, so positive experience all around. And now we get 6 months up until we plan for Comic Art Live 12, which is feels like just around the corner. But I believe I've gotten all of my artworks in, except I did just get I have a mystery sketch to unbox tonight from TD Art, and I have one other mystery sketch coming in from Mark Hayes' team tomorrow. So I'll probably save that until, I guess, next week. So, but by and large, I got all my stuff in, which was the main thing. Yes, Johnny, he loved the mystery sketch. And since he was here in Florida before they drove to New Orleans, he got to see the piece from Bleach in person before that. So, all right, well, I'll let you know, Ken, about Sunday. But anyway, so talking about Comic Art Live, I was chatting with friend of the channel, James Siegel, the other day, and he said that he had picked up a interesting piece during the weekend, and apparently, I guess it wasn't Marvel or X-Men, or maybe I'm not even sure, but we'll bring him in, and he could tell us about this unique piece of art that he picked up three weekends ago now.
Yeah. Hey, Bill.
How are you? It's been a long time.
I know. I told you, Alberto, you're going to be disappointed with the beginning of the show. No. I saw the press release. Again, congratulations on all that. And I didn't know if you were going to do a show this Thursday, kind of covering, kind of like you do Heritage or Comic Link or something like that, like results from Comic Art Live. So I pinged you, but I did want to share something I picked up, and it's really really special to me, right? And
All
it
right.
kind of shows like the Comic Art Live art that comes out of there. Sometimes you do a double take, what these collectors do. So again, just wanted to come on, share it with the group. I'll be posting it today, and
Oh, was
I
this
think
thing
you're
on
gonna
your
like it.
want list? I mean, were
No,
you?
I don't think it was on anyone's keyword.
Okay, so it's
Anyone's.
on nobody's keyword, but it wasn't something you had in the back of your mind that you were looking for. Like,
Yeah.
I probably got 50 pieces, right? That one day I'd like to own, right? But from
Mhm.
different artists or different titles. But this was a piece that wasn't even on a
Mm.
wish list somewhere, in the back of your
No
mind.
want list, no wish list. And of course, I didn't see it right away because I didn't see it in the previews. And I'm just going through, and I saw this piece, and I did a double take. And I wasn't in the position to go grab something like that right away. But the person that was selling it, offered time payments. And a lot of my friends know me. If I do time payments, I still try to pay it off as quickly as possible. So I had 6 months to pay it off. And kind of, when was Comic Art Live? And I got it last week. So
3 weeks. So you didn't
yeah,
wait 6 months.
no, ship from Copenhagen, Denmark. So,
Ah,
all
know
right, I
some
got
sellers
a
in
box. You
Copenhagen. All
ready?
right, well let's here. Let me give you the big screen. There we go.
And I just kidding. This is something
I
Michael
was gonna
Betterman did.
say, if that's the piece, is that a chicken?
No, 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 no. All right. So you've got a piece from this story, Bill. Well, from this world. So this is
Okay.
actually what I got. So this is the very, very first cover to Mouse Guard from
Oh
David
shoot, yeah.
Peterson's first self-published issue 20 years ago. So I've been a fan of Mouse Guard. I've read it for a while. My son's read it. It's kind of a niche book, but people, it's a beloved, Eisner winning book, and I wasn't looking for a Mouse Guard piece. But when this one was posted, again, the very first issue, David Peterson self-published it, and then it was picked up for publishing 3 months later at San Diego Comic Con. And yeah, man, really, really excited to kind of grab it. And I've
Yeah,
got
that's
like a
awesome.
whole
I
Mouse Guard
will
set here. Hmm.
I will never let go of the piece I have. And I get
Yep.
asked about it all the time. But
Yeah. So
yeah.
that's what it looked like on Belly of the Beast in 2005. And when he did the first issue, that was self-published. He drew them all, and he could publish a color cover and then black and white.
Hmm.
So he actually did watercolors on that one. So that's why it's colored. It's one of the only colored pieces
Look at it one more time. There we
from
go.
the published side. Yeah.
Well,
But
that's fantastic. So did you must have seen it on day one, right? It was a day one drop
mhm,
from the seller?
yeah, it was day one. It's and you guys know him, Monty B, who posts all the movie posters, the big time movie posters,
Yeah.
the Indiana Jones ones and all that. So he was selling it. And by the way, if he's ever selling something that you want, came quick, really good communication. So I gave him good feedback.
That's good. Yeah, I watch his gallery, so I get to see
Mhm.
everything he posts. Which I think doesn't he really only post stuff for sale, right? On CAF, I think. No,
No, he's got a
maybe I'm
pretty
only
extensive.
seeing the stuff that's for sale. I'm not seeing the stuff in his permanent collection. But yeah, no. But that's great,
Yeah.
fantastic. And you couldn't wait 6 months to get it in.
No, no. Well, um, one of the reasons why I accelerated it is I'll be at Heroes next week, and so is David Peterson. So I'll be able to
Cool.
share it with David, and I don't think he knows. So,
How long did Monty have it in his collection? Did you ask him?
yeah, he's had it for not that long, but he got it in a trade from an Italian collector. He said he had it for well over a decade. So,
That makes sense. A lot of David's stuff was picked up pretty quickly, and from the
mhm.
people that wanted it. I mean, every time I'd go to see him, I had to buy mine in the secondary market too, and so you couldn't get anything direct from David because it all sold out. Those first 3 or 4 books almost immediately. So they are hard to come by.
Yeah, and that first issue, it was at the Motor City Comic Con where he printed out 200 of the self-published, right? And
Hmm.
by the way, if you can find one of those comics, I think the last sale in 2002 or three went for $3,500 for one of the original self-published comics of Mouse Guard. But in order to, and I've kind of seen some interviews over the years, but in order to fund the next issue, he sold all the art for issue one at the con.
Hmm.
So that's how a lot of that stuff got out there. And I guess he sold the cover too. But yeah, your piece, you have one of the best fight scenes with the owl.
Yeah, and Black Axe. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that I was very happy when I got that one.
yeah,
I don't remember exactly whom I picked that up off of, but it wasn't like a dealer pickup. I know I got that from another collector. But yeah, and I get asked a couple times a year for that piece because there just aren't, a lot of early battle scenes quite like that. And the owl
yeah.
is drawn so damn good.
Well, I think there was 4 pages. I can't remember 4, maybe 5, but Joe Schaefer, who has a crazy collection, he's got a 3-page sequence. I think yours bookends it one way or the other.
Yeah, I think he's
So
asked me a few times for that.
yeah,
But yeah, well, that's awesome, man. So what do you think? What could be the next thing that but you don't know, right?
yeah. I mean, that's I mean, you always see surprises at Heritage, of course, and Comic Link and Comic Connect and auctions and everything like that, and things pop up. But Comic Art Live, there's always something. I never go into it wanting to buy anything. I never go into anything wanting to buy anything, but then the addiction takes over. But yeah, I mean, just you always see some special pieces pop out during those events.
Oh yeah, no, I did a lot of window shopping
Show
myself this
show the
weekend.
other piece. You know
Yeah,
Michael Benham?
I
You know
think
Michael
Alberto knows what's in your collection better than you do. But yeah,
So
Marcus
Michael
said he likes this
oh,
one better.
well, he has no taste. Chili dogs all the time? No, but no, Michael Benham actually sent me that as a gift a couple years ago. It's a chog from Chew. It's terrible, but I love it. He's a but anyway,
Yeah, if that would have been the piece that you got, yeah,
I know. I know.
I'd
All
say
right.
hang them up. But
But
what else did I see? Somebody else said something. But I'm with you though. You never know what you're going to find at Comic Car Live. That really is the best part of it. And this year, I really had no opportunity prior to the show starting to go through the halls like I have done in the past and talked about. I really didn't get to do that at all this time, and it was a lot of fun getting to see the pieces that were there. And I knew going in I wanted to buy stuff from the indie hall was kind of my goal, and I got a lot of great pieces. I even what was it? I opened up a package from Ian Cinco the other day, and I didn't look at the book, right? And it was this Odd Jobbers book that was a bunch of indie artists doing their own little short Hellboy stories, and he did a remark in there. It's really nice. Oh, there we go. We turn it like that. I mean, so I got more art than I even knew was coming in here. But
I ended up with one mystery sketch. It's still in progress. It'll get out, but I did it the last minute, so that's why it's still in
oh,
progress.
I did.
Um,
I heard about that mystery
yeah.
sketch. Yeah, you're going to show it off, right? You're not going to delay. I mean, I don't know what it
Oh,
is.
I haven't got it yet. I haven't
I
got it
know.
yet.
Well, I know. I heard you kind of upgraded it or something like that. I don't know. I didn't get the
Oh,
scoop other than that it was going to be coming. It wasn't coming through me to you. It was going to be going straight to you
oh,
directly.
I don't know all the details. I guess I'll follow up with our friend.
Oh, well, I don't
Um,
know. I don't know any of the details
it's a
other than it
mystery,
was.
Bill. It's a mystery. And then I
That's
got
right.
an Electra One page by Diodato. So it was a good event.
Yeah, that's awesome. We what was it? I think. Yeah, too many other things to talk about. Well, I'm glad it was successful. I mean, that's what the show is for, right? I think we had a
Mhm.
record number of pieces, almost 7,500 pieces of art to go throughout the weekend. So thank
It's
God for the wantless keyword alerts to help you
that's the
kind of
best thing in the world because it
scale
can
it
be
down a little
overwhelming.
bit, right?
Yeah, that wantless keyword's the best thing in the world. Just make sure they're updated to what you're looking for before the event.
Exactly, because it doesn't fix itself. It's when we run that, it's almost like a snapshot we take at that moment. So the thing never changes, as far as like the day one drop and the day two drop. It doesn't, if you change your keywords, it's just not going to magically fix it because yeah, that's too much processing power to create all those want lists all at the same time. Yeah. Well, Newell's enjoying them too. But James, thanks, man, for sharing that piece. It's awesome. I'm a huge fan of David's work, and that's cool that he's going to be at Heroes. I
Mhm.
saw somebody asking you if you're going to You taking it to Heroes? Clearly you are.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah,
And
I'll take coffee. Oh,
Alberto
all
says
right.
he's had enough. He's seen enough of you.
It's all right.
Man, Alberto's, he must have, I don't know what's up with Alberto.
Well, that's his
He's-
default.
my mom would say he's full of piss and vinegar, I think is what they used to say in the old days about that
And you
kind of
ran out of vinegar, right?
guy. That's
So,
right.
all right.
Exactly.
Well, I'll
All
let you
right,
kind of
James.
keep on,
So
but
we'll
thank
see you.
you.
When do you get to Heroes?
So I will actually get there Wednesday,
Mhm.
but I won't go to the show until Friday. I have an uncle that lives in Charlotte, so we turn it into an annual family vacation. Actually, Amber and Bradley are coming with me this year,
Oh, cool.
so we'll go to the show Friday and some of Saturday and leave Saturday. Unfortunately, I'll miss the auction, but it's probably saves me money that way.
Yeah. And that's that's probably a good thing. I haven't bought anything at the auction in a very long time, but there is always good stuff there. Cool. Well, then I'll see you on Friday then.
Yes, sir. All
All
right.
right.
Have a
If
good
you don't see
showing,
me,
Bill.
send me a text so I know where you're at.
Yeah. Well, you're tall and you got long hair, and I'll find you. And you'll hang out at Anthony's booth. We'll find you. But I will.
I'm gonna try to do as little as that as possible this time around, but you never know. All right, man. Well, see you next weekend.
Yeah. Have a great show, Bill. I'll see you
Thank you,
next.
James. See you.
Bye.
All right. Yeah. Cool. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people at Heroes next weekend. I'm looking forward to it, and as is Kazra and Sardo and Tutulio. We're all gonna be there, goofing around, probably shooting some video, taking lots of photographs, all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure I'll stop by Anthony's booth at some point. He's always well, he's just set up in the center of the hall, so he's kind of hard to miss. He's always right next to the Heroes booth. And oh, cool, Danny and Tina will be there as well. We have no get-togethers officially planned, Alfredo, although that could change. And if so, we'll do our best to let people know. There won't be a calf update next week. So anything that may come up that we'd want to alert people about, we'll send out as some kind of a special mailing or I guess pay attention to Facebook. Hell, if we were to do something, I would probably even post it on my Facebook page. So if we're not friends on Facebook, you should take care of that. Alfredo, it's great that you'll be there too. It is. It's going to be a huge party. So where are we? I see Tom McDonald is in the chat. I picked up a piece of art for Tom the other day from a mutual friend here in Central Florida. So I guess I'm gonna be his mule carrying that to to Heroes. So I'm gonna take good care of that. It's wrapped in a lot of heavy material though, Tom. I may end up lightening the load because I checked and it will not fit in my suitcase. So it's like I'd have to open it and repack it anyway. So I'll be thinking about that over the next couple days. Alberta wants us when we're going to post chick updates. I was actually talking to James about that prior to this us starting the program tonight because going into this, Kazra and I both felt chickens. There's a lot of material there to mine. So literally from day one, I have been videotaping the chickens, and so we have a ton of interesting photographs and video material and things. I mean, literally, when I picked them up at the post office, I videotaped the giant of a postman handing me a box with this peeping chicks inside of it. So I've got them from day one until now. They're about I think they're 9.5 weeks old right now. Yeah, we should do a time lapse. That would be funny. But yeah, we'll do something with them. At some point there will be something fun. I keep telling myself I'll have time to pull something together and I haven't, but the material is there. You want to see. I can't show you anything tonight. I have to go out and get them out of the coop. That was the big event of the week is I on Monday I decided that they were going to stay outside in the coop because prior to this we've been taking them in and out of the chicken run every morning and every evening because they're small and they weren't. We had like this little brooder tent set up inside the house near the back door, and we would just put them in there at night and then take them out in the morning. But yeah, they just got to the point where they needed to be out there permanently. So I bought a solar powered light to hang inside of the thing, and so they're happy, as happy as they can be. I found ways to trick them to go into the coop so I don't have to feel like a bad dad. First day I had to literally shove one in at a time, all 9 of them. It was a miserable experience. So I don't want to go through that again. But yeah, maybe the week after next we'll have some kind of a chickens reveal. The big news is that one of the hens is actually a rooster. So that was the surprise. We had our suspicions, but now, like in the last week, this one is definitely a rooster. He's trying to crow in the morning, and I don't know how we're gonna adapt to that. But yeah, that was a surprise because when you buy them, you're able to say, I only want hens, right? I don't want to get I don't want to get a rooster. But yeah, so we got one. One of the neighbors said they would take it if we wanted to give it away. But we'll see. We're kind of attached to it. We gave all the chickens Harry Potter names. So that Dumbledore is the is the rooster, and he was the one who was honestly probably the most friendly of all of them. So I think Emma will not let us give Dumbledore away. But yeah, but that remains to be seen. We'll just play it all by ear. A couple weeks. I'll send you some some video or something. But I mean, you guys, man. All right, so let's move along here. What else do I have for you? I was watching. Oh well, here's something for everybody. Today, midday, it was probably around 2 o'clock. I had posted some artwork earlier, and so I was getting my regular comment push notifications and from the app and a few email notifications. And then it was weird. Right around 1:30 or so, I noticed I maybe got an email that I got a comment on a piece, and a push notification didn't come in. And then I got another email for a comment, and the push notification didn't come in. I'm starting thinking nasty thoughts about Andy, our developer, and a few other things. And I waited about a half hour, and then I decided to comment on one of my pieces, and the push notification did come in. And so I started doing. I wasn't paying attention to anything on the news. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but Google was having some serious issues with their Firebase product, along with a lot of their cloud-based services. And the only reason I even looked into it was because when I tried putting together the mailing for this show, I couldn't create a new mailing. Colin, who's in the chat, I know that you ran into the same problem because I saw multiple like starts within MailChimp earlier today. And so you were going through the same thing I was. And that's when I found out that there were all these problems going on with Google. And I don't even know if they're all fixed yet. The last time I checked the Firebase reporting, they still have some issues. But that impacted push notifications. So if anybody else happened to notice that you missed a few push notifications today, that would be why. Made me feel better. I stopped cursing Andy's name. I'm glad I didn't write him the email that I was thinking of sending him, because that would have been all bad for me for jumping to a conclusion that clearly was wrong. Yeah, Colin says it was a pain in the butt. Trust me, I was trying to put together a mailing for Wolvie Fan, and I literally it failed about a dozen times, and now there's 3 or 4 duplicates in there from that too. So I'm with you. I hated it. Ram says it messed up all of their AI at work. Yeah, exactly. And it was all on Google. So I don't believe they've stated what the problem was, but it was, I mean, I imagine it probably affected everything that they have, from Google Analytics reporting to you name it. But fortunately, it is over. StreamYard was actually, they utilize Google's cloud platform too. So I was actually worried that we weren't going to be able to do the show tonight, because at that point in time, StreamYard users were saying they couldn't start shows for that 2 hour window. But yeah, I could do that, Mr. Red Jack. I could. But anyway, fun stuff. I saw it with Sidar and man, that's right, Farkas. What did I see on Facebook today? I saw Dan Jurgens posted a couple photos from the Superman set after Jim Lee did. He probably pilfered them from Jim, but I just thought they were fun to show off, and I love Dan, so I just thought I'd show these images. I'm sure everybody saw them, but I got this, when they popped up on my feed a second time, I thought, I'm going to take them and show them off. Look at all these happy artists in here, right? And writers. There's, gosh, who is in this thing? Jason Aaron is in there. I can see Frank Whiteley. Yeah, he's looking rather. He could be a character in the movie. Ordway is in there, right? McGuire, Jurgens. I don't know who all of them are, but hey, looks like fun. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting a tour of a movie set. I'm actually excited about the darn Superman movie now, but I did not buy tickets like everybody else who's an Amazon Prime member who bought them all and I think sold out like plenty of advance um, shows. But I will be there, in spirit. I probably won't get to go see it until after San Diego, but I'm sure many of you will enjoy it. Yeah, Jurgens should be up front, of course. Collector's Webbing. I mean, one of the more important Superman writers of the last 30 years, right? Oh, they did Kevin McGuire's. That is true, Tom. I didn't even think of it like that, but you're absolutely right. But Jim was the only one smiling in it, and then when everybody else had a nice stoic look on their face, and Jim Lee was happy as could be. But yeah, I'm actually stoked for it too, Tariq. I'm not a DC guy, and Superman films after Christopher Reeve have not really done much more, for me. But I'm excited about this one. Okay, Brian's trying to encourage all of you to put your mean look on. Um, anyway, all right. So I might as well show off some packages I got here. Not a lot. I showed off the Ian Cinco Hellboy sketch in this book, which is fantastic. And thank you, Ian. I sincerely appreciate that. It was great having Ian on last Friday for the mystery sketch unboxing and reveals that we did. He's a really nice guy and super talented. And I'm happy to have a couple pieces of his in my collection now. Tatiana, when I look at this, when Tatiana sent me my mystery sketch, one of the things that I've been lamenting, especially since I had to start shipping sketch cards myself, was that we've never bought a label printer here for all the art that I've been shipping in the last 3 years. And I got Tatiana's on her plastic baggie, and I knew it was a one of those heat printed label printer jobs. So I finally bought one for myself and or for the company, sorry, for the company. And it's amazing. You literally press print and it prints in like a half a second. All this time I've been printing it out using toner and paper and then having to tape these damn things down on a package. Well, I say me, and it really is Maureen and Emma and Gwen. But these stickers are unbelievable and will save us time and money. And it was well worth the investment. Tax write-off. Yeah, I guess so. It's not much of one. The printer was only about $50 on Amazon, but the time and the other savings around all that makes a huge difference. So let's see here. This is well packed from Tatiana. I didn't think I was going to need a knife for such a small package, but here we go. Let's see. All right. Tatiana she's always thinking about the PR side of things. We've got her business card in here. It looks like a sticker or two as well. And let me get in here. It's good. We know it's going to be a Thor, right? Because I only asked for Thor sketch cards, and got a nice note in here. And she buys these little hard cases for sketch cards, which we also used at OAX. And awesome. She even sent me a blank as well. So let me get this thing out of here. Let's see, here we go. I'm not going to zoom in and mess everything up. I think everybody saw this thing. It's going to be all out of focus, but you get the idea. I'll put it up in my calf tomorrow in my sketch card gallery room, and you'll be able to appreciate it there. And I forget who was the artist on this one. Uh, Shoot, now I'm blanking on her artist. Tatiana's probably not in the chat to remind me who the artist was on that one. Oh, and she sent me. She actually printed up her own TD Art Gallery sketch cards. They will be using those for the show that we're going to be doing next month on a Saturday evening at 9 p.m. Where she's got the whole team doing sketch cards, Superman related. So you can imagine there'll be Superman adjacent, Superman villains, and all things Superman. And she actually got a heavier card than we've used in the past. So this one's pretty nice. I think if Gambit had this thing, he could put this thing right through Superman's chest. It's so heavy, much heavier than a playing card. All right, cool. Well, thank you, Tatiana, for that. Love the details on it. And number one Marvel fan said the same thing. Sweet card details are amazing. Awesome. Now the other package is not for me. It is the If you recall, when we were doing the show with Number One Marvel Fan on the 300th episode last week, we decided to do a giveaway with a prize package for somebody with calf material in it. And Lee Harmon ended up winning that giveaway. And during the process, we had Jiggy throw in a 6x9 artwork by Jim Jimenez that was given away, and Tina got that one. And we had somebody in the chat, Michael McLean from what was his handle? M Studios Comics, offered to give us a one of his books, and I didn't know what his books were, so but I got them in the mail, and so I have this. This is we actually, it was double wrapped, so we've got this to go through. So we'll see what the book is that Lee is going to get, because I have no idea. Other than giving Michael the mailing address for CAF HQ. So let's see here. There's a couple books in here. Two of them are labeled future giveaway. So you get to look at them from the back. I guess we'll save those for later. Thank you, Michael, for giving us something for next time. And Marcus hopes it's erotic. I don't know. One of the ones does look like a pinup kind of book. It says pinup sketchbook. So there you go. I guess if you consider pinups erotic, maybe. So let's see. Here it is. It says 300 giveaway sketch cover. This is, what's it say on the side of this book? It's a hardcover. Michael McLean's How I Create Comics Pinup Sketchbook. So it looks like, and volume 1. So it's his first sketchbook, and he even drew, he made a sketch cover on it. And so Lee Harmon will be the proud owner of this Magneto. So thank you, Michael McLean. We appreciate that immensely. And it does say mature on it. So there you go. It's a little painted over, but that's all right. Awesome. Thank you very much. And there is an extra book in here, and it says for Bill sketchbook, sketch cover. And yep, oh yeah, it says for Bill Cox on the front of it. Can't miss that. And so I've got a copy of the same book with Cyclops on it. And it looks like there's some sketch cards in there as well. I guess I better open it. Let's see. Is that what he likes, James? I don't know Marcus well enough to know that. Let's see. What do we got? So I'm going to just take the whole book out of the. We're not going to thumb through the book, though, right, everybody? But we're just going to be able to see it outside of the bag. All right. So there is the Cyclops sketch cover, and then what do we got here? We got Cyclops at a rave. That's a really nice one. Thank you, Michael. This is almost like a Picard Cyclops. He's very upset, dour. Maybe he found out he had another child he didn't know about. Then this is a good one, Cyclops. It's almost like Cyclops on a treadmill. I like that one. Guys in the chat, my goodness. And then I guess we have a Lady Thor on this one. This is awesome. And these are on different. They're all on different stock. Didn't even bother to look at the back. So there's a. There you go. Got a nice. I think that's a Lady Thor. I don't want to slide the card out. Either way, awesome stuff. Thank you, Michael. We appreciate it. And yeah, you guys are all crazy in the chat. All right, it's Marcus. You're looking too closely, my friend. All right, let's get on with the schedule here, so we can get on with the show. What do we got here for the schedule? I got a slide here. I've got tomorrow off, but we do have a show on Saturday. Sean Crystal Kickstarter and art sale. And I've actually got some stuff I can show you from that too. But Sean's got a Kickstarter going on right now. It is for his latest sketchbook, and he's been doing a lot of PR for it. And so we're going to do a show at 2 p.m. on Saturday where we'll talk about the Kickstarter. We will show some art for sale. We are going to be adding a special sketch card tier that will get released at the time of the stream, and it'll have a very limited number of sketch card options available. for that. Where these you've seen Sean's work, and I could even show some examples of that. But again, I'll wait till after we get past the schedule here, and then I can show you some stuff. But yeah, so I got that. We got Tatiana's third all access art next Tuesday. Michael Elpers is going to be my interview subject after that. Bart Sears art sale on Wednesday. The most of the team at Heroes Con the following weekend. I've got Heritage coming in for a preview. Another Collector's Cash on the 24th. Todd Sheffer is going to be doing an interview. Todd's from Hakes. We've all met him and haven't really talked to him about his collecting side of things, but we'll be doing that on the 24th. Kevin Nolan will be back with some art for sale on the 28th. What else we got on here that's new? IC3's fourth episode on the 1st of July. Ron Shepard, who he's one of the top guys collecting commission artwork. He's on that's on the site. He'll be with me on that day on the 1st. We're going to do a heritage recap the day before the 4th of July. So that Thursday, I'll have probably Dino and Mr. Poddick and Barucci and probably Mike, and we might ask a couple other people to join us. We'll see, but we'll do that as the start of the CAF update and probably keep it pretty relaxed since it's the day before the holiday. Then where's next comic art? There actually I was talking with Jiggy today, Marcus. Just so you know, we do have we're going to be we will have a show definitely in the next 2 months that will be undoubtedly on a what will it be? It'll be on a Saturday night, I guess. Um, but I don't know when that is. Jiggy and I just emailed about it this morning, so we'll figure that out. But there will be a next comic art show in the very near future. Then I don't know. I could go through the rest of this stuff, but there's a lot of things coming up. Rob Hughes is going to be joining me on the 8th. The TD Art Gallery Superman Sketch Card Show on the 14th. Then Tatiana's All Access Art 4 is going to be on the 15th. And yeah, lots of good stuff here coming up. And busy, 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 leading right up to San Diego. And Kazra and I will be there for that. So there you have it. But here, let me share a screen here before I swap out, and I can show you a couple things here. Da, 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 da. I like that. All right. So yeah, this Saturday we're going to be doing the show with Sean, and so he's going to have a sketch card tier that he's going to open up just for those of you who are watching the show on Saturday, and it's going to be very limited. I mean, again, I love Sean's work, especially his color work, and so these are just some examples of his sketch card work, and so he's going to open up a tier just for us during that broadcast. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and like I mentioned, he's going to have some art for sale. And I know that he uploaded a few things here. Just kind of look at them real quickly. I have not looked at them yet. I know there's some Marvel Snap art in here and some cover work. So that's a Martian Manhunter cover, if I'm not mistaken. Then Rocket Raccoon. He's got a big gun. Look at that. Wow, that's nice. Man, yeah, I love Sean's stuff. He's got a fun style. So there you go. Iron Lad. I don't know who that is. Oh, Mojo. So I think these are some of the Marvel Snap art. Gladiator, Mr. Fantastic. We saw Sue Storm earlier. So yeah, lots of stuff will be going on. But you got to tune in on Saturday if you want to get in on the sketch card opportunity. And I think there's going to be maybe some other things as well. There definitely will be a giveaway. I know that Sean is going to be painting while a sketch card while we're doing the interview and chat, and that will be we'll do a giveaway before the end of the show for that. So an opportunity to pick up a piece of art as well. Yeah, that's let's see. Oh, okay, I got it. So yeah, so please plan on tuning in on Saturday afternoon, and you will have some fun. I promise you that. Those last few are snap cards. Stingray says, yes, I thought so. The black and white ones, right, are the snap cards. I think the color pieces were covers, but I'll get the scoop on all of it. Wait, did you see a thing card? Oh, you did see a thing. Oh, yeah, that's actually okay. Since you saw it, I didn't think. Yeah, that's actually the piece that he's going to be working on during the show. That will be given away is the thing sketch card. So Chris Snorik, if you're in the market for a a Sean Crystal thing sketch card, then there's your opportunity. It won't cost you a penny if you win the giveaway. Son of a yes, I get it, Chris. I get it. Oh man. So all right, I'm just getting stuff scratched off the list here really quick. So that's good. It's gonna be a quick show tonight, I think. But all right. So next up, I was talking with Riggett for Chris. uh, Chris has he gets to hang out and well, anyway. Moving right along. So I was, tooling around Facebook the other day, and a gentleman named Robert Cox, who is not related to me whatsoever, as far as I know, could be maybe he's a long lost relative, but he's in the UK, and he was posting some pictures from a Steve Dillon exhibit that was in the UK. Um, and I can't remember the name of the city, but I'll dig up the URL. I put it in the well, if you got the mailing today, there was a link in there over to where the show is in the UK. But it was cool to see that that there was a show in I think Steve's hometown or near his hometown, and most of the artwork was provided by the family and a single collector who put a lot of their pieces in it as well. See, Stingray says he'd love to see a Steve Dillon exhibit. Exactly. So, but again, when things like that happen, I mean, they have to be promoted, even if we can't travel to see them. It's just wonderful that those sorts of things are happening. I think the museum that this was at is almost like a local museum. When I saw the photographs of the outside of the building, it looked like a repurposed old farming facility or something. Really crazy cool looking. But I did write the name of it down. What was it called? The like Steve Age Museum, Steveage Museum. Um, but the other cool, and I'll show you the video with the photos in a second, but it was kind of cool. So I went over to Robert's calf gallery just because I couldn't remember seeing what Robert collected. And because apparently he's a new retiree, I found by becoming friends with him on Facebook. But so he has a lot of 2000 AD artwork. But in his profile, he had a link to this 2000 AD website that actually has links to calf galleries in it, which I thought was kind of cool. But as I was learning a little bit about Robert, there's a show called Lawless. I don't know if Kazra, I don't know if you've heard about it. I hadn't heard of it before, but it's Lawless Con. They literally just had it the last weekend in May in the UK, and it had Brian Ball in there. It had Bisley. It had Ian Gibbons. It had a ton of 2000 AD artists at it, and it looked like a small freaking show. So I mean, I thought that was incredible that something like that existed, and I've never ever heard of it. Lawless Con. No, it's not for Lucy Lawless, Marcus. Sorry, but I did bookmark it. I was going to send Casper a link to it so he could see it. I mean, I never heard of it. But then, but the incredible. Who the hell was there? Why? Oh man, why am I blanking? Excalibur artist Alan Davis. Alan Davis is there sketching, and there's piles of artwork laying around at this show, and it does not look like a big, well-attended show. I don't know. It couldn't have been their first year. It doesn't sound like it. I joined their Facebook group. Anyway, Lawless Con, and I think they even already have their 2026 dates out there. I mean, if they're going to bring that kind of talent to a show, I want to go. Oh man, but yeah, here. Well, let me show the video clip. These are just no video was shot, unfortunately. I texted with Robert and with my fingers crossed that he actually had shot some video at the show, and he did not. He only took photographs. So this is basically a slideshow to some music that one day we'll replace with something a little different, right? But here you go. You can see the photographs. You guys, a lawless trip to the UK lies in my future. I love that. That's a good way to look at it, Tariq. So Bob Layton, Tom Layton, he will never let us forget that. His flight is booked. There will be a new "Where in the World is Bob Layton" segment for from Singapore on July 24th. I'll be shooting my signing with Ink Collectibles on July 18th. Okay, July 24th. Well, uh, I know that that's the week of San Diego, right? So I don't think we'll have a calf update on the 24th, but we'll do it the week after that, Bob, Tom. Yeah, is that if that's cool with you? And yeah, I've been meaning to email you too, but I'll do that tomorrow. So we have a "Where in the World is Bob Layton" coming up right around the corner. Let's see. And I saw Chuck Arnold posted this. Yes, there's a Paul Pope exhibit that will be coming up at the Philip Laban Gallery. That's the same one that hosted the Mike Mignola exhibit about 6 months ago. So I think the Pope exhibit, does it start next week? I thought it was maybe in August, maybe not. I probably misread it. In my head, I was probably thinking that they were going to have it so at least it was running when New York Comic Con was going on. But if it starts next week, that's cool. I'm sure anybody, if that's the case, please, somebody who goes to that show, shoot some video for me. And I could even reach out to the museum. Maybe they might do something for me. I think they took some photographs when the Magnola exhibit, when they had their opening, but I didn't get a lot of material. June, okay, so it's June 19th through the end of July. Well, that's too bad. Okay, cool. Well, anybody who can go to that, let me know. Shoot some video, and I will give you a place to upload it, and we can show it here on the channel. All good. All right. Well, okay, cool, Chuck. No, and even if we do a Chuck Arnold, perspective on the show is never a bad thing. You know that, Chuck. And Chuck, you are going to be at Heroes, right? I have to imagine. I think we already found that. All agreed to that. You're going to be there. I just got to find out when you arrive. But all right, I got a weekly flip for you. See, time's flying. Only 48 minutes into this thing. Got 90 people watching. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up already, Nick Brucci has not come in yet to remind you that you need to do that. So let's get it out there. So other people on YouTube just stumble into the show because so many of you are giving us thumbs up. And it never hurts after the show to leave some comments too. And I can always, yeah, I could always thank uh, Mr. 300 number one Marvel fan for leaving comments after and on every single show that we've had on here, I think. Comson says, first time here. Welcome to the show. If you like comic book art and collecting it and watching artists draw, we do a lot of different stuff here on the channel. I'd encourage you to subscribe to the channel. You won't miss any of the cool shows we do. We just had a nice art sale last night, and on Saturday we've got Sean Crystal on, and he'll be painting throughout the whole show while we're talking about his Kickstarter and offering some art for sale as well. So Jeff Dunn says we definitely need to pick a place to hang out at Heroes. That's the vibe. Trust me, even on Tuesday night, Micah was like, "What are we doing on Thursday night?" So I told him we didn't have any plans because we had those two wonderful outings after the pandemic at that arcade, and nothing. We didn't do anything last year, and we have nothing planned this year. But we have a meeting tomorrow. Kazra and I can kick around some ideas. Maybe we can find a place where we can all meet up yeah, on Thursday. Thursday would be a good time to do it pre-show before we've all blown all the cash we brought on art. We can have a good hangout. So all right, I'll let everybody know. Remember, Drink and Draw Friday at Heroes is always a good hangout. That's true. Little John, Poorhouse. Yeah, the Poorhouse is definitely if I no, yeah, I did go to the poorhouse, I think. Anyway, we'll work it out and we'll find a way to get everybody, notified about it, whether through a CAF mailing, through my Facebook page, the CAF Facebook page on Instagram. We'll post it everywhere what we're doing. But whatever it is, it won't be on CAF's dime. I'll tell you that. Well, I'll be going out Dutch. Just saying that right now. That's how it goes. So Chris Snorik is in the green room right now, drinking a dark lager. So yeah, see, I know. Anyway, all right. So Marcus, what's 4C again? 4C. That's Ken's and Jeff's channel where they host art sales and do commissions. They've got a Carrie Gamble commission up going on right now. That if you go to 4ccomicart.com, I think you can sign up for, unless it's closed. I know it was open there for a while. Anyway, I was emailing with JN80 the other day about him coming on for a collector interview, and so we definitely will have one in the future. He's a pretty busy guy, and I don't think it's going to happen this summer, but it'll probably happen in the fall. So as soon as I can get him on the schedule, I'll let everybody know when. He's obviously got a collection I truly admire because he's a huge X-Men fan, and yeah, I mean, he has a collection that I get into at least once a month into his calf gallery and admire what he's got. He only likes villains. Well, if you judge by his main gallery landing page, yes, it's pick a villain, right? When you go into his calf gallery. But anyway, so we were talking, and he said that he had enough art to do another flip. I said, sure, let's do it. So this one's a little bit longer, but it's good. It's okay. We're gonna watch the whole video, and I think you'll enjoy it. I've only got to watch about half of it while I was pulling it together today, but it'll I think it's about 12 minutes long. But again, if you like X-Men art, you're going to enjoy this flip. So let me pull it up here and get it started. There we go.
Hi everyone, John back for my third weekly flip on CAF. Thank you, Bill, for the invite. Always happy to share some of my favorite pieces from the collection, and always looking forward to what my fellow collectors also upload on the wonderful CAF website. Those that have seen my prior flips, you know my collection tends to be heavily villain focused, predominantly X-Men related themes, but I do kind of dabble in DC and outside of X-Men as well. I always like to start off with the flip with some kind of frame pieces as well that don't fit in the portfolio. I wanted to highlight this piece. This is a recent acquisition. So thrilled with this piece. This is the cover for Uncanny X-Force 17 by Rick Remender. This art is by Esad Ribic, who did about 18 painted covers for that series. And this came from the arc from that series, the Dark Angel Saga. Kind of just love the blue textures and hues in this piece. And then next to it is another painted card art piece by Ken Kelly from the Flair Ultra, I think 96 set, showcasing Vindicator from Alpha Flight and Wolverine in his OG costume. This card was labeled Department H, so early on in Wolverine's day prior to joining the X-Men. And then lastly, this is a double page splash by Greg Land and Jay Leaston. One of my favorite duos, highlighting Uncanny X-Force. This is their first appearance as they are assembled at the end of one of my favorite X-Men story arcs, Second Coming. And then I had the chance to show Greg this last year in 2024, where he signed the bottom of that as well. Perfect. And let's get to the flip. So I wanted to highlight this piece. This is a painted piece by Philippe Massafera back in 2021. This is Hela along with Fenris. Just love the colors in this piece. And then also another acrylic oil painted piece commissioned by Ariel Olivetti of the Dark Phoenix, kind of highlighting the key aspects of the Dark Phoenix saga. You have
These colors are a little washed out. That's kind of weird. Let me see if I can't reshare it and see if it's a little better doing it a second way. That is pretty peculiar. I've not seen that do that before. But my video connection, my internet connection looks like it's a little low. So maybe there's something weird with streaming it. Let me just reload it and we'll try it again, because I want to show it in all of its glory, not bad like that. Let's see.
Hi everyone, John back for.
That looks a little bit better, huh? Something weird with the with that clip. But here, let me forward it over to where we were at. There we go. Yeah, see, there we are. Huh. I'm not sure what was wrong with the other video clip. This one will work.
The Dark Phoenix saga. You have Jean in the middle. You have that classic Jean and the Marvel Girl and Cyclops fighting the Imperial Guard on the moon. Then you have the classic Logan battling with the Hellfire Club members in the sewers. And of course you have Emma and Sebastian Shaw, members of the Hellfire Club, in the background. Just love Ariel's painted work. Okay, so officially starting off with the flip. This is a frequent pickup by Josh Cassara. Many thanks. This is his ongoing Deadpool and Wolverine series. And he also included a bonus random act of kindness Apocalypse bookmark. And I just love this kind of facial splash right here. You have Logan here, and then Strife here, and then Apocalypse here. And what a cliffhanger to end the page with. Just amazing kind of how Josh was able to kind of blend the three faces together. You know, there's many examples where there have been a combination of two faces, but I think this is the first time I've seen an artist be ambitious and try to do a three face. Perfect. So kind of cheating here. I think I showed this in my first flip of, this is one of my favorite commissions, Magneto by Jim Lee. But I did get it, I had it got it colored digitally by Arif Prianto, but had not printed it out. So this is another excuse for me to showcase this Jim Lee Magneto piece and kind of love the beautiful colors. And then same token, I think I showed this commission by Josh Cassara after David Finch on my second flip. But same token, got this colored as well, so figured have them side by side to show off the colored version. And this is kind of the commission based on the X-Men Inferno storyline. All right, and this piece is from Wolverine Deep Cuts by Edgar Salazar. You know, I'm a villains guy, so it kind of was a throwback to the Mutant Massacre storyline, and it highlights kind of the Marauders team. You have Scalp Hunter here, you have Scrambler here, Prism here, Vertigo here, Blockbuster here, Harpoon here, Riptide here, and I'm blanking on her name right now. It'll come back to me. All right. So this is a fun cover from Mystique, the cover to issue 2. Where Mystique approaches Avalanche, and I kind of just love, you know, Declan Shalvey's depiction of Avalanche here, kind of the literal Avalanche chasing after Mystique. And another page from the series, also by Declan, and this features kind of my favorite, one of my favorite Brotherhood or Freedom Force lineups. You got Mystique, Pyro, Avalanche, Destiny, and the Blob here. All right, many thanks to Jiggy Cruz and his talented artist, Baudissimo. This is 2 kind of commission pieces. I saw this listed on the website, Next Comic Art. Wolverine just kind of loved the pose right here, and then just the detailed look of Wolverine. And then on the same token, they did a theme of the Marvel rivals, and this was Kajo's rendition of the Magneto after Jim Lee's X-Men #1 cover. All right, if you can't tell by now, Uncanny X-Force, I'm a big fan. It was actually that run in 2010 that got me back into comics. You know, I was an avid reader from the late 80s to mid to late 90s. Then I took more than a decade off, and then it was kind of this lineup that got me back into it. This is a unpublished cover by Clayman and Mark Morales. You have, what a lineup. You got Wolverine, Archangel, you got Phantom X and Deadpool, and then you have Psylocke front and center. And then this is another Uncanny X-Force commission piece by Dustin Weaver. And same lineup, this harkens back to the first arc, the Apocalypse Solution, where the X-Force lineup infiltrates and meets Apocalypse's new horseman. All right. Strife is a big favorite villain of mine, and many thanks to James Siegel for this one. He had pointed this out to me when it was available for sale, and this is from X-Man 46, and this is the title splash, and it also shows the Dark Riders in the back. I kind of just love kind of the fonts right here. And then also this is another Strife piece by Ariel Olivetti, just the pencils. Ariel ended up coloring this digitally, but showing Strife and Deadpool, and then kind of Strife ripping Deadpool in half. And this is from the X-Men Messiah War. I might have skipped the page. Let me see. I thought I had... Yes, I think I skipped the page. 1 second. Okay. Yes. So two of my favorite pieces showing two of my all-time favorite arcs. This is X-Men Age of Apocalypse trade paperback and poster art cover by Billy Tan. And this is a pretty memorable picture. Anytime people refer to Age of Apocalypse, this image is frequently showed, and it is all inclusive. It shows pretty much all the characters during that time. You have Apocalypse in the back, you have kind of the flying sentinels overhead, got Mr. Sinister, is it Holocaust or Nemesis? I get confused. Then you got the two Summers brothers, Havoc and Cyclops, who are evil in this reality. And then you got Sabretooth, Wildchild, Gambit, Weapon X in the front, AOA Nightcrawler, and then back there you have Blink as well. And then another favorite piece of mine, this is by Jay Lee, showing Strife. This is a panel page, but this kind of panel has also been used as the trade paperback cover for Executioner's Song. And I recently had the chance to show Jay Lee this. He kind of noticed the original price that this was sold for back in the day, and he was able to sign it for me at a local con called Comic-Con Revolution. All right, let's go back. I knew I skipped something. Okay. This is another Greg Land and Jay Leaston piece from the original X-Men series, just showcasing the classic feud between Magneto and Professor X. And this is a piece by Jorge Molina, also revisiting kind of the Morlock slaughter and Mutant Massacre. Here you have kind of the Marauders again. And it's bothering me, I can't remember her name for some reason, but you got Sabretooth, Scalp Hunter, and Harpoon as well. All right. Here is a page from the recent X-Men series by Neto Diaz, showing Magneto manipulating a massive sentinel. Neto and Simone DeMeo, kind of the Stormbreakers this year, definitely two of the hot younger talents. And this piece is by Phil Jimenez, not a villain, but one of my favorite kind of superhero teams. This lineup was, my older brother used to read the John Byrne Alpha Flight, and I remember reading the issues, and this was my favorite lineup, kind of the OG Vindicator. And then you got Puck, North Star, Shaman, Aurora, and then in the back you got Sasquatch as well, and then Heather Hudson as well. Beautiful rendition by Phil. This was used as a Avengers Canadian Expo cover. And then this is an unpublished work by Greg Capullo. This shows it was part of the Executioner Song, so this is early Greg Capullo in the 90s. And it wasn't used, but I liked kind of the lineup showing X Factor and X-Men against X-Force, and I got it inked on separate boards by Mark Morales as well. Perfect. Let me put that back. Okay. Almost done. Same token. I think I had shown this Zemo off. This was pencils by Philip Tan, inks by Mark Morales, but then I got it colored by Sebastian Chang. So just wanted to kind of show those side by side. And not all X-Men, thrown in a Sandman here. This is a Sandman Splash, which was written, penciled, inked, and lettered by John Byrne. So I'm happy to have this example of one of the prominent Sinister Six members. And then also a DC example. You got Darkseid here by Dave Johnson, and this is from Legends of the DCU Gallery. And I think that wraps up my flip for today. Again, thanks, Bill, for the invite. Appreciate everyone for tuning in.
Mute. I'm on mute. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'll fix whatever's wrong with that video before we post it to the channel. I don't know what the heck went wrong there. But before I bring in Mr. Snorik, where was that thing? I was looking at that Lawless show again. I'm telling you, whatever the heck that is, I want to go to it. Here, let me throw this up here. No, you know what? I'll let Snorik come in. He can look at the guest list with me. Look at that, Chris.
Well, balling right off the bat.
Isn't that crazy?
Henry Flint, Bisley, Roach, Langley. Man, that's a murderer's row.
Alan Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Fabry's there. McManus, Steve Austin. I mean, it's like, what the heck, man? How does a show like this exist? And we've never heard of it. And it's funny. I was on their Facebook page, and you look around, it's not like the photographs from it. Oh man, now this is the wrong one. Let me see. Where was that one? Like here. I mean, it's not crowded. There's like nobody here. You know, it's like what the coolest show that's happened, you know, after OAX, you know, and yet no one's at it. I mean, what the heck's going on here?
Where is it?
It is in I know it's in a Hilton DoubleTree. It said it right there, the DoubleTree Hilton Bristol.
Bristol, okay.
I don't know where Bristol is. Do you?
My UK geography is not what it once was.
Well, either way, you know, it's like, holy crap, you know, what a show. And yeah,
Very
I'm gonna put it. It's in early May next year. I saw it. So like the second weekend in May. So how you doing?
I'm good. You?
Not too bad. You know, I've got the house to myself for the next 3 days. So
oh yeah.
I went to the store and bought a bunch of pizzas. Today, what was my dinner? Popcorn, shrimp, and French fries. Now I did cook my veggies. I made some corn and peas, but it was mostly shrimp. I ate a carrot. You know, I mean, I'm trying. Maureen should be proud of me at least.
You're killing it.
Living like a bachelor again. But so Chuck says it was going on when he was in the UK and he didn't go. What happened, Chuck? You should have went, man.
He had a Como hangover.
That would do it. Comb over. I think there's a hashtag in there that they should be using. Yeah. I like that. I do like that. Somebody's probably already thought of that before, but that was good, Chris. Give you a beer and you're ready to do some stand up for us.
This is only 2 tonight.
Well, you're being good. Well, at least the card table's back up and Warhammer's happening.
It is, yeah. The painting doesn't stop.
No, it can't. It cannot. I can't believe you don't have tarps or something down. You must be a very neat painter.
Well, you're using really tiny brushes, you know. So.
Oh, I know, but still, you know, you never know. There could be a mishap.
Never.
Not in your house.
Not here. Not now.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's move on. Right. Let's take a look at the CAF update and stuff. We'll look at some art. I got some heritage picks here to go through. Right. But yeah, outside of that, nothing new,
I got the signature catalog today.
I didn't get a chance to look at it.
I've never watched more pieces in my life.
Seriously. Well, everybody's talking about it. I mean, I think it's 950 lots in that thing, and There are. I mean, they're talking about it breaking records. And it probably should, just
It
because
will.
there's so much, and there's so much good stuff.
Yeah.
We've even talked about, like, Poddick and I were emailing today about just modifying the format for the recap, since we're doing it
Yeah.
during a calf update, and just trying to add in a couple wrinkles just to make it a little bit more interesting, because there is just so
Bulk.
much stuff to go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll probably it'll be a rapid fire recap of that one, but
Just
we'll
have
see.
everybody like thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Right. That would be one way to do it. Yeah. But anyway, but other than that, did you pick up anything at Comic Art Live? I can't remember now.
No, I sold 2 smalls.
Right.
No, I didn't. Crazily
Okay.
enough.
Well,
My powder's dry for Heroes though.
good. There
Mhm.
you go. That's one show where you should be spending some money.
Yeah.
Even I'm going to bring a little bit. I don't know what but I have no objectives when I'm going there. But you got to have some cash in your pocket.
I don't really either, and like I'm always pleasantly surprised though. There's always something at someone's table where I'm like, I'm getting that.
Mm-hmm. Well, everybody knows to draw the thing, right? So
I'm targeted.
Exactly. And if you don't see it, somebody will tell you it's there.
Bullseye.
Oh man! All right, here. Let me share my heritage picks here. This was a funny one. I saw it on CAF, and it reminded me I needed to do my heritage picks. But it just stood out as this odd 6-panel layout. This is Don Heck, actually, and Magyar ink. So it's not even a very old Wonder Woman page. It's like 84. But I like the zipatone on it, and this Eros, god of love, in there, who's like hanging out in the trees, peeping on Diana, getting a kiss from some soldier, and she
Tony
rebuffs
Stark.
him. Yeah. So he didn't need to. Eros didn't need to kill anybody or do anything unsavory. But I don't know. I just liked it. Heck isn't one of my favorites, but here he is drawing a romantic page, and I thought it was a decent page in the set. And I will say, there's not this. Once again, they have a ton of strip art in this set, probably because it, is leading up to the signature auctions. They don't have a lot of like really high caliber stuff. Clark Gable, yeah, I guess he does kind of have a Clark Gable-ish look to him. Number one Marvel fan. Yeah, it would be nice to do a separate show for the review, and that CAF update will probably be mostly review, since it is right before the 4th of July. But my whole schedule is packed, even Mondays right after Heroes, so there was no way to give it its own show, unfortunately. But I'm happy to make most of the CAF update be the Heritage recap. We can even bring Snorik in for part of it.
I'm down.
Yeah. Next up, Dave Ross Excalibur cover. I just figured you just have to say Excalibur cover, and it's worthy of featuring. It's from issue 35. Got Rachel Summers. She's kind of getting choked out, I guess. But either way, cool looking cover.
She wears a studded collar. What do you want?
That is true. She's basically telegraphing.
Yes.
I'm stopping right there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm sure there's several folks in the chat who are interested in that one. And then similarly, there's this Joe Mad. It's a pair of pages from Astonishing X-Men, the Age of Apocalypse storyline. You get a giant whale, for crying out loud. And but it's Joe Mad, Al Milgram, and I think it's the first page. This one's from page 4, and this one's page 3. So they're not consecutive or anything like that. But I mean, yeah, who didn't love those? What was it? 4 books going on at the same time. And
Rogue's hair.
Mm-hmm.
I always wondered, like, did Al Milgram look at Matt Herrera's pencils and just like, what are these kids doing?
That was my guess, because I looked at this one, and I see the way that he chose to ink it. Yeah, he probably was a little like, I am not meant for this this period in comics. But he didn't do a bad job. Not terrible.
No.
That's the whale from the Hitchhiker's Guide. Okay. It's a whale with an attitude. Then this is a Gil Kane Marvel Team Up page.
Nose shot.
Nose shot. That was the whole reason I picked it. And it's got Tiger Shark in it, Stingray. Look at that right there. When I saw Tiger Shark, it was a guarantee at that point. But it was the nose shot in the third panel that was, like, okay, that's a good one. And look, he's even screaming. the once human menace called Tiger Shark, and the bowl of petunias. Oh, okay, yes. Anyway, good Gil Kane page there. Then this is an unpublished cover from 1975 by Frank Thorne to the Cougar, and I actually remember seeing the Atlas comics on a spinner rack at my drugstore, but I never. I think the only one I bought was that. What was his name? Like Lockjaw or whatever the heck. The character with the yeah. So you don't even remember them.
Nope, not an Atlas guy.
It was very short-lived, as I recall, but I just thought this was a great image and very, very cool. I think there are 2 unpublished covers in there. The other one was not very good.
The Night Stalker. Oh, turned Night Stalker. I bet they regretted that when old Richard Ramirez was around.
Yeah, and I knew somebody was going to shout something about the cougar, but yeah, it's not that kind of cougar, everybody. So at any rate, Frank Thorne.
Crab knows what you're talking about. Iron Jaw.
Iron Jaw. Thank you, Derek. I could not remember the name of that, but I really haven't thought about Atlas Comics since back when I picked up a couple off the spinner rack when I was 12 or whatever. What year is this? 75, right? Is that what it said? So shoot, I mean, anything that I was looking at, I mean, I was not 7 when I was buying these, so they were just like hanging out on an old Scorpion. Yeah, that was another one. They were, number one Marvel fan remembers them and says they were fun for a time.
Wasn't there a guy called like Tiger Man or something like that?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tiger Man, says Marcus. Well, there you go.
Okay.
It's a thing. But anyways, I thought this was a great image. Look at that.
It is.
Then what was the other one? Oh, Bernie Wrightson pencil piece. They don't have a date on it. Solomon Kane. Isn't that nice? Pencils only, already framed, not dated. That they have it dated as sometime in the 70s. We featured a lot of Wrightson stuff, and this is just fun because it is sort of just something rough from him, and it's really well done.
Yeah, I like how the sword basically balances the composition.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind owning this, and I actually have to thank Marcus. I don't know if you remember that Wrightson piece that I know. I gotta thank Marcus. There was a there's a Wrightson piece that I picked up from Berkey like a year and a half, 2 years ago, and it's like a Conan on a horse, and it's almost all blacked out, right? I mean, the highlights are what really kind of define the character and a little bit on the horse. And Marcus sent me links that it was on Heritage like 12 years ago. It's actually published in 2 Bernie Wrightson art books.
Cool.
And I had no idea. Because at Berkey's house, it was in a duffel bag.
Oh my God.
A duffel bag with about 300 other convention style sketch pieces. So I figured it was just something goofy and I'm not worthless, obviously, but it seemed like an afterthought kind of piece with what it was in with. And I mean, I literally had to dust this duffel bag off to get to take it out. And no, there was no cash in the duffel bag, Marcus. Only convention sketch pieces in it. It was wild. It would have been like a dream come true for you, Marcus, to see that, because I know you like that era, and they were all from like the 70s and 80s. Like he picked it up from some collector or something. I have no idea, for a quick getaway. We need
to chloroform Berkey and just go in there and organize.
I want to.
I won't take anything. I just want someone to know what's in there. He doesn't.
No, it's weird. I'll show him stuff and he remembers it, he can almost remember what he paid for it, but does he know where it is? And when I hold it up and show it to him, no, not usually.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you, Marcus, for doing that, because I would have just always assumed it was an unpublished little doodle that he did. But yeah, it had a little bit of more class to it than I thought. Fake passports. All right. Anyway, this is a very nice piece and well worth the pick here. And then we have a Jeff Shaw Punisher cover, Punisher versus Daredevil. I mean, the composition on this thing is freaking awesome. Shoot, I mean, this is beautiful.
I think he is a Marvel Stormbreaker this year.
Is he?
I think so.
Well, he deserves to be. I mean, look at that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. What else we got? Oh, Tyler Crook Moon Knight cover. I mean, That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And only at $10 so far. Well, somebody should throw some thrill bids in there. I bid on a couple stuff and made sure that I didn't pick them. I got outbid right away too.
Yeah.
Son of a guns. And yeah, well, I'm not even going to hint at what they were. But I thought this is cool. I thought Crook did a good job on the some of the covers on that book. And then this one was just too funny not to pick. It was from Spidey Super Stories 26, Win Mortimer and Mike Esposito. Tons of bricks. Look at that. Aunt May bringing milk and cookies to Peter, and Sandman hanging outside the window saying, "How can he eat that yucky stuff?"
How is he on the wall like that?
Okay. I defy, I was like, okay, I have to suspend any kind of belief in what Sandman can and can't do. I mean,
Yeah.
he must be like hanging on to the whatever, the
He's
concrete.
like bonded with the mortar or something. Sure.
Right, something, because he's still got his shoes on though. But either way, there he is. He's a peeping Tom with
Yeah.
this one. And then what was the last piece? Oh, okay, this was just Bart Sears. We got Bart Sears on the show on Wednesday, and again, there
Know
wasn't
that hand.
exactly. There's the thing. I guess I think what's his face? His old girlfriend, Johnny Ray or whatever her name was, just died or something like that. So
Frankie
Johnny's
Ray.
all Frankie Ray. Thank you. So Johnny's all pissed off, and the thing's trying to tell him to calm down. He won't calm down. He wants to go raise some hell with the Silver Surfer. So there you go. Bart Sears, and who was this ink by? Ray Crissing. So there you go. And then the rest of the lots, 50% of them are strip art. And there was actually a couple really cool. There was a really good Beetle Bailey piece that I may still bid on, but there were more than one, so you don't know which one I'm interested in. I gotta play it safe these days. Oh shoot, it was Marcus. See, it was Lance that helped me, not Marcus.
Wow.
Oh, bless America. That was, Lance is gonna be mad at me because Lance. I had to buy Lance a beer when I see him.
But Lance and Marcus, they're like this.
They are kind of like this. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was Lance that texted me, but when he texted me, what was the first thing I saw when I looked at my text stream? It was a picture of Marcus.
There you go.
And it just threw me off. It was Marcus from your birthday party, Marcus, from a couple of weeks ago, the one that Lance hosted for you. So it stuck in my head that it was Marcus, but it wasn't. It was Lance. Lance, I owe Lance 2 beers now.
I owe Lance a few beers too. We should make that happen.
We should. Well, we got to get him out to OAX or Heroes sometime.
He said it's a possibility. I've been working on him.
Okay. Well, if he would make it out this way, yeah, I would love to buy him a beer, get him a burger, something like that. I mean, Lance has been along with Marcus, but been very good friends of the channel for a long time. So thank you for that reminder, Marcus. I owe Lance again, giving him free tickets. Where does this free ticket stuff keep coming up?
I'll buy his ticket, Mark. I'll buy your ticket too, Marcus. You tell me that you guys are coming together, and your tickets are on me.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, nothing's free, man. I wish it worked like that, but it doesn't. It's not cheap putting on a show, especially our show. And now we've added a third day, so we've got even more obligations to the hotel than we had before. It's never easy. But anyway, so there's my heritage picks. Now we can look at the EXP preview for tomorrow night. They keep getting more and more creative with their show graphics. It's like a pile of art on it, and it's something like Nick Brucci is selling his firstborn children or something like that. It's like they're just throwing it all out there on these slides. And,
Damn Diamond.
Page I Love Page I Love cost me nothing. If we're gonna do it on YouTube, the next OAX on YouTube, that everybody gets a free ticket to that one. But anyway. Oh man. All right, let's see here. EXP, Nick Brucci, what has he got for us in this 4-minute video?
Everybody, this Friday, which happens to be Friday, June 13th, or as most people know it, Friday the 13th, the Original Art Experience will be having a show of original art. Let me say a few things while I'm thinking about it. Did you know that the number 13 is actually a lucky number in Italy? So if it's a lucky number, then there's going to be some lucky art on the air. So Friday, June 7th, 7 p.m. East. Friday, June 13th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. By the way, hit that thumbs up. Sharing is caring. Let's get to the show. All right. We're going to start with some dynamite art. We've got Batman Shadow cover by Giovanni Timpano from 2017. Django Zorro by Jay Lee. This is the only sequel to a Quentin Tarantino movie ever. Kill Bill was a 2-part movie. The sequel happened in Django Zorro. Then we have Thundercats Lost by Jay Lee. Then check out this gorgeous Deadshot page by Luke McDonald, where Deadshot shoots his mom in the spine. Oof, mommy issues. Then we've got Demon Number 3 by Matt Wagner and Art Nichols. Check it out. It is gorgeous. Then we have Superman 96 by Dan Jurgens and Dick Giordano. And you got Doomsday there. No, not Doomsday. All right. Undramatic reading, you have to wait till Friday. Powerpuff Girls, or are these the... Amy, these look like the Kitty Puff Girls. What do you think of this cover?
I like it because it makes me think of the time that they were once dogs
Oh, really?
and now they get to be cats.
Ah, see? Finally, balance in the world. All right, then we've got Thundercats Ho! Ken Hazer cover, number 16. Then there's Something Wrong With Me, because I'm putting a Submariner page by Sal Buscema on the air with Triton and Stingray, and I think this is the only page I have with Stingray. Then I have an Amazing Spider-Man 416 page with Peter Parker, Mary Jane Watson, a pregnant Mary Jane Watson, Aunt May, Ron Garney, Al Williamson. And then I go from one of my favorite artists to another one, Spider-Man Hobgoblin Lives by Ron Friends, inks by George Perez. Oh my God. Then these 2 Doctor Strange pages, I think I'm just going to offer them as a pair because it's page 13 and 14. Dan Green pencils, Terry Austin inks, and I mean, it's like you're getting a little bit of Michael Golden, Paul Smith in here, and it's really, really amazing how beautiful it is. Then my only Mark Silvestri Cloak and Dagger page, inks by Terry Austin, and you can see how they're trying to make it look like Rick Leonardi. George Tuska and Johnny Craig Iron Man page, None Can Stop the Cyborg Sinister. Again, undramatic reading, you gotta wait till Friday. And then Amy picked these 4 pieces of commission cover art. You've got Absolute Power, Batman by Ken Hazer, Rom by Ken Hazer, and Spider-Punk by Ken Hazer. So, let's see if I can get the date and the time right this time. This Friday, June 13th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Amy's shaking her head. I got it right. Hit that thumbs up. Sharing is caring. And wherever you're watching this now, make sure you subscribe, all right? And make sure you hit that bell for notifications. And then when you come on Friday, do the same thing. Hit that thumbs up. See you then, guys.
Man, they're fighting in the chat. Did you see that? Number 1 Marvel fan and Newell.
Bloodbath.
Exactly. Stingray. My goodness. Those 2 Doctor Strange pages look really nice, didn't they?
Yeah.
Dan Green pencils and Terry Austin inks. I like both
I
of
was
those.
struggling to think of another book I could think of that Dan Green had penciled.
I was thinking the same thing. It's like,
Yeah.
we think of it only as an inker. And
Inked
yeah,
by
I had to,
Austin, I mean,
right. But he gets Terry Austin inking him. That had to
Yeah.
be pretty cool for him. But yeah, those 2 Doctor Strange pages are awesome. See, Stingray's like, I can't afford to go too high. All right. Well, tune in tomorrow night to see what happens between number 1 Marvel fan and Stingray.
Number 1 Marvel fan versus number 1 Stingray fan.
Exactly. Oh man.
down.
All right. Nick has time payment plans, says Marcus. All right. We'll see. So Stingray, it could be yours. I haven't watched this show with Nick shows in a while because I'm usually like doing something on Friday evenings, but I might watch tomorrow night just to see what happens. Oh, all right. Why don't we get
Blood
into
in the
the
water? That's what we'll call the throwdown.
Oh boy, yes, we'll have to have a recap of that event. So okay, all right, let's do this thing. We got What is the time period? June 2nd through the 8th is what we're talking about here for the CAF update piece of things. A slow week for dealers, $225,000 in sales over compared to like 350 the week before. And they're all pretty low, but they all at least sold something. Berkey was at 36,000. Albert was at 36,000. Anthony was at 35,000. Glenn was at 32. Felix was at 31. Heck, Joseph Melchior gets in there with $20,000 in sales. 27 sales. Wait, he was selling all smalls. What's he doing there? He's taking a page from Anthony's playbook there. Tatiana was in there, 10 sales, $12,000, and even Court Gibault from Comic Con Art got in there, 21 sales and just under $10,000 in artwork sold. So that's weird. You know, it was such a low week, but what is it? 7 dealers over $10,000. So yeah, it was a pretty odd week. But anyways, let's look at the top 6 sales here from dealers. And where's that video? Here we go. Okay. So it looks like Glenn's going to be leading us off. I can see that big panel page logo on that one. And this is from Amazing Spider-Man 332, page 20. That's like a Dark Knight panel.
Yeah.
Anyways, Eric Larson did the artwork on this one and went for $15,000. Then we have Tales of Suspense 91 page, and this is by Colin and Giacoya. This one was sold by Mike for $12,500. Then a Johnny Comet Daily. But we didn't even have. Why did my son scroll this one? He should have like zoomed in or side scrolled or something. Anyway, that thing's awesome. Johnny Comet from 1952, Frank Frazetta, sold by Albert, $12,000. Then this is a Rob Liefeld Deadpool Wolverine WW3 cover. It was issue 1. This one went for $10,000 as an asking price from Glenn. Then we have a Web of Spider-Man cover painting to issue 1 by Alex Maleev, sold by Berkey. Asking price on that one was $8,000. That's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then a Arthur Rackham piece.
Oh.
And you know, and who would have something like this? Only Albert Moy. You know, I
Yeah.
never see anybody else having it. This one went for $8,000. Cool to see a piece of illustration art up in there. And that Johnny Comet Daily was freaking
Man.
I know. Oh gosh.
And to think the guy that bought the Liefeld could have spent $2,000 more and gotten a Johnny Comet.
Isn't that crazy? I mean,
I try not to think about it that way, but sometimes I do.
It's true. You know, and I was thinking, shoot, I don't know what those things were going for. You know, when I started collecting our 25, well, it's not 25 years, let's say 22 years ago. God, they got to have been, you know, like $3,000 or $4,000. You know, I mean, boy, I wish I would have picked up at least one. They could have been even less than that. It was Frazettas. They were probably always going to be high.
Yeah, they were never cheap. I beat myself up about that on the daily, and I try not to. The stuff that I held in my hand and said, nah.
Pass. And now look at you going after those Howard Chaykin Wolverine poster art pieces. And
yeah,
you don't let those opportunities pass you by anymore. I know it's right.
Yep.
Oh man, so you're gonna have to do a Cribs video. You got a lot of art there.
I thought about when I had folks over, I thought about having somebody hold the phone for me and doing one, but I don't know. I didn't get around to it.
You're not camera shy, Chris.
Nah, yeah, not here.
Oh man, you're gonna need a refill. So you got a thing glass too. I don't think we've seen that. I don't have my X-Men glass here, do I? No, that was in here earlier. But okay, so let's see. Where are we going to? We got to get the picks going here. I've got too many tabs open again. Let me find it. What was that? Swap around. But let's see. Where are you? Heroes can't get here fast enough, though, man.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
This time next week, we're going to be, we're going to have a few beers in us and we'll be yucking it up.
Amen. Not like tonight where we've only got like a couple beers in us and we're yucking it up.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. I don't have any beers in me right now. So just remember that. All right. So there was a lot of great artwork posted at CAF this past week. And the last couple of weeks has been, maybe we've been seeing slower sales from some of the dealers and stuff, but maybe there's a lot of the art coming in from Comic Art Live. But I think we're somewhere around like 8,600 pieces posted in the last 4 weeks. So a lot of art's been coming in, and it's all been a lot of great stuff. So it's
Yeah,
fun to
some
see.
really nice stuff.
I've had actually a few pieces of art that I had to restrict. Thank you, Johnny McCloskey, for finding the pornography getting posted there by a really well-known artist whose work I truly love.
Yeah.
But I did have to go in and give him the band hammer politely. But lots of good stuff, man. Lots of good stuff. So you're starting off with an Eric Powell Goon 17 piece here, and we don't look at enough Powell art. But
I
I love
know
Eric.
that's part of the reason I picked it. He's so underappreciated, unsung. I think whatever you want to say. He's a bit of an artist, which I of course really admire. I just think the weight of this composition is so great. Like that, the mass of like I'm assuming there's zombies that are on top of Goon is like so effectively done, and he just makes that like wad on the right side of the composition, which in its own way, like it draws your attention to the female figure on the left. And his tonal work, I mean, honestly, there are few people that do this as well as Eric Powell does. And that right by itself is a reason to talk about his art.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's just it's funny because you don't see a lot of Eric stuff getting posted to CAF. I think it's because it doesn't change hands too often. But
Yeah,
I love this piece. I mean, I love the composition, like you said. I love it by calling it a blob of of undead on him. I mean, it's true. It looks great. It's so damn good. I wish we had a bigger scan of it. Say that
he
too
gets
often.
such good separation too between all of the elements, and I mean he's doing it largely with blacks, which is perfect, really.
Yeah. Rich Danny says the Mondo Texas Chainsaw Massacre poster art that he posted today was unbelievable. That's true. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I had to look at it for a little while. I was like, this is the composition is kind of crazy. The tombstone, all that. I mean, shoot, he put a lot of fun thought into that one.
For sure. It looked like a labor of love.
Exactly. I mean, so right. I'm glad you said that, Rich. Powell is very unique, says CJ.
We need Rich Danny's to come on and do picks.
That might be fun. What do you think about that, Rich? He's been on the show once. We did an interview, right? I think we could do it. Now, this is in James C. CAF Gallery, June 20. I mean, literally, James signs up, posts artwork, and he's getting featured right away.
New blood.
That's a big piece too. 15 by 20.
Hey, he's up for it.
All right. Okay, Rich. We'll get you a date, and we'll give you the week to look at artwork. So no,
he's a smart man with good taste.
He certainly is. All right. Well, so James, whoever you are, James. There's his last name up there, Casimiro. Well, thank you for joining the site and posting this artwork. I mean, I'm just kind of curious. He posts a lot, or just he's posted 4 artworks. A Wrightson, Roger Langridge. That's interesting. Fred the Clown. Never heard of it. And then a Goon piece. What's the 4th piece? A Wrightson again.
Oh.
Okay. I like his stuff. I actually have a Roger Langridge piece that I bought from Maureen, so I'm familiar with them. So, all right, cool. So where are we going to from here?
Is that the guy that did he do Thor with Somni?
I don't know.
I think he wrote that with Somni. I could maybe a different guy, but I think that sounds right. Marcus says yes. Thank you, Marcus.
Okay. Marcus knows all. He got in before Professor Derek.
Marcus is a smart guy with good taste too, but there's no way in hell we're going to get him to do picks.
Try as we might.
Yep.
He has an open invitation. Next up, who's CAF Gallery? Let's start with that. Josh F. Premium member, 15 years on CAF.
Flanders.
What's that?
Isn't that Flanders?
Is it? It is Flanders. Son of a gun.
Yeah.
Of course it's got Grendel as his thing.
Right.
How did I miss that? Josh is a professional, and Josh actually links to his LinkedIn in his profile. So Josh, you're probably the only person linking to your LinkedIn, but that's very very apropos. Hey, Sherry's in the chat too, or is that Josh using Sherry's iPad?
Is it actually Sherry? Is it the legitimately better half?
Oh, there you go. His phone was dying, so he's taking over Sherry's phone. All right. Well, this is a piece by Evan Kagel, an illustration piece, right? Is it published? I didn't get a chance to read the write up here, but man, oh man, oh man, is that thing beautiful?
Yeah. Such a huge fan of Evan Kagel, and there just isn't a lot of it out there. Anybody who's reading, either read Dawn Runner recently or New Gods right now, I mean, I think the world is kind of waking up to this guy. You know, I famously bought a piece that I didn't get, but I'm still
Yes.
working on putting Mr. Kagel on my wall at some point. So this was a bit of a jealousy pick, but in the same token, I mean, just look at this for a minute. I mean, good Lord. The depth that he's got here, there's just as much work put into the foreground as there is into the middle ground and the background. I mean, the whole thing is, really visually interesting. And, if you're a fan of ink, you can pore over this guy's stuff for days.
Yeah, there's so many different. He's cross hatching over here. He's kind of noodling around on some of these trees, and
And
yeah,
I
this
don't
is
think,
gorgeous.
hopefully Josh can tell us, I don't think this is scratchboard, but he does use scratchboard a lot, and those pieces are just out of this world.
Well, let us know, Josh, on Sherry's phone.
Yes, please.
Yeah, but no, that's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Huh.
I also like to pick pieces that I think probably would like spite fish a little bit. Because this is just trees, right? There's a Doolittle lantern. It's just trees.
Yeah, that is true. He has a thing about that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I blocked those things out, but I remember when he got up, he was uptight that one time. Too much atmosphere, not enough character. He says not that he's aware of. All right.
You would know it would weigh like 2 pounds.
Right. Happy little trees. Either way, a lovely piece, and I love it. I didn't even notice the 2 characters in the back when I first looked at it. Maybe a third over there hiding out behind the tree. But beautiful piece. Congrats, Josh. And then Mike Carithers, and oh yeah, this Alex Owens piece. Look at that thing, man. I mean, it's brilliant. It really is amazing.
I have never heard of this artist before, which is one of the reasons that I picked it. But the other reason I picked it is I'm a huge fan of this book. I love Jason Pearson. This is such a respectful, tonally perfect, take on these two. It has Pearson-esque elements to it, and not just by virtue of you're using his character designs, but it's almost like Pearson and Lee Bermejo had a baby here.
That's, you know what? I see it. I really see it. Compositionally,
Tonally.
Yeah.
Pearson was so graphic, right? You wouldn't have gotten these wash tones and things like that, at least typically. He did dabble in it a little bit for fun, or for, contrast from time to time. We actually just looked at a piece a couple weeks ago where he was using some ink wash on a creature or a ghost or something that was on it. But anyway, I digress. This is, I love this composition. I think it's really faithful to like I said, tonally, it feels a little bit like Pearson, but also this is just really, really well rendered.
Yeah, it's amazing. Alex Owens, you're right. I mean, I didn't recognize the name either. I'm curious if they have any other artwork on the site. Oh, they have 55 pieces. Wow.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I apologize to Alex Owens for not knowing. I guess he's rep by at MGA, right? Because he's got a couple pieces in here. Huh. Yeah, no, I'm not familiar. Okay, well, he's not an unknown.
No, well, that's terrific work from somebody who's maybe newer.
Right. Sweet. I think that's awesome. So congrats to Mike on that one. I actually owe Mike an email. Gotta reach out to him. Next up, Massafera. Somebody, I think Marcus screamed out Massafera earlier when we were talking about Mr. Berkey. But here we go. What was this from, though? This is a FF cover, issue 48. You get Surfer, Galactus, Watcher, and the whole team. And the thing is painted really well.
So perfect.
I mean,
I mean,
I
the
when I saw that,
execution
I
on
thought that the reason you picked this one is because this is like one of the best thing artworks we've seen in a while,
it is
right?
a great rendition of my favorite character, no question. But like the level of execution on this is so high, and it's like absolutely jam packed with like basically all the characters you would want in an FF. Like if you were to commission this is what you want, right?
Mhm.
But the fact that it's a cover and yada yada yada. I also really love like the way he like cuts through that central image. Like he separates the tones. Like he really picks an absolutely different palette for that center section to highlight it. And this is just like spot on. It's like tonally perfect.
Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, he gets the Kirby crackle in there, and it's not. We're so used to seeing it done in ink wash and black and white, and he's just
Mhm.
using color for that. It's stunning, and like with breaking it up with the Surfer and Galactus in the middle, like
Yep.
the colors are perfect. They're so well balanced, but the oranges against the purple and the
And the
yellow,
blue. Yep.
and then again, I mean, come back to the thing. I'm telling you, that's one of the best
It's dead
images
on.
of the thing that I've seen on CAF in 2025. I mean,
Yep.
as small as that is, because the thing we talk about it because he's your favorite character. The thing can be drawn so many different ways. Is
Yeah.
from his brow done differently. Everybody does
Yep.
it differently. I thought this was spot on the way I'd want to see the thing painted. And I thought
Totally agree. Like when you think of the character, that's it.
Max Raskin is in the chat. We'll do an interview with Max when he's ready. We know it, but he says he thought the Surfer was a woman. Oh, in the movie she is. It's yeah, it's
His
looks like
back's
a
too big to
tell-all.
be a woman. Come on.
Exactly. But beautiful piece, and probably was picked up through Mr. Berkey. But either way, it doesn't matter. Great artwork, and congrats to Paul. Like somebody said, there's no Spidey on it. Why did he buy it?
Yeah.
Paul doesn't always buy Spidey artwork, but yeah, that's beautiful. And what do we got next here? This is an FBS Strounds CAF gallery, 4-year member of CAF, located in Switzerland. And this is a Gary Leach piece.
Mhm.
And when I saw this, it made me go search for Gary Leach to see if there's any artwork available. I mean, because every time
Yeah.
I see it, you don't see Leach art often, and then you see it, and you're like, shoot, I've always wanted to own something by Gary Leach. He's
Man,
so good.
all of these, it's like all of these, not all, but like so many of these late 70s, 2000 AD artists, definitely the guys that worked on Dread and, Rogue Trooper, and like, they're such consummate comic artists. Like every panel in this is cool, interesting, something's happening. It's almost, we were talking about this last week or maybe the week before, where like the single page kind of tells its own story. This has that. Like you don't really need it's got a beginning, middle, and an end in a way, which I love. But like the characterizations are so good. It's got that level of like horror and menace that you can kind of expect from like a 2000 AD story, and in spite of the fact that it's a Dread story. I mean, those had elements for sure too, but I just love that 2000 AD lettering. It's just like if you just wanted a 2000 AD page, this is a great example that just happens to not have Dread on it.
Yeah, I agree, and I can tell everybody that there wasn't a whole lot of Gary Leach art available. The only thing that there was a couple DC pages, but the one piece that caught my eye was a Chris Weston penciled Leach inked authority page of the Pope getting killed. So no authority on it, but I was thinking, I looked at it and I thought that would kill two birds with one stone, because I don't have like a properly, I don't have an 11 by 17 by Weston, and I'm like, well, so I'm thinking about it. It was in pounds. I think it was still like $880, but but if I could get both Weston and Leach out of the way and have a published piece by them, there I go, right? I mean, and it was being sold by not by Joseph, by Art Droids.
Oh, okay.
Dayglow, Rufus Dayglow is the owner's name. Anyway, so there you go. But the Leech's art doesn't come up on the market too often. I thought this thing was fantastic when I saw it,
Yeah.
and I would have picked it if you hadn't added it to your list. Hay steps. What's hay
They're
steps?
talking about how you can kind of see through the dialogue balloons.
Oh, for
Yeah,
through the
I
word
think it's
balloons.
the
Yeah.
age of that material.
Hmm.
Surprised they're
Yeah.
still stuck.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you wouldn't think so, especially if became transparent at some point. Well, either way, beautiful artwork here. So congrats to, again, I don't think we've ever featured anything by FBS Stroud from Switzerland before, but this is a wonderful one. Seamus in the chat. Black Viper of Dorne, for those of you who didn't know. So we have this Jarrett Hartnell Black Knight artwork, and I mean, just compositionally, I thought this was amazing. I love that pose. It's just so striking, and he looks so badass in it. And
took some, I think, a couple liberties with the costume design, which on somebody like Black Knight, who's had so many outfits over the years, you kind of just don't mind, right? Like you don't really have, like, I guess there is probably a quote unquote Falcon outfit for Black Knight. I just, don't necessarily know what it would be. Like, he had the leather jacket era. Like this, I like that big fur collar. I think it adds a nice, like, pop of contrast on what is ostensibly otherwise a very dark character. I think what I really like about this the most is how angular it is. Like, it's got a lot of, like, hard edges happening. There's the lightning going through things, the sword, obviously. I like the energy coming off of the sword, like crackling off of the sword. But there's just a lot of, like, angles on this thing that make it really visually interesting. And then in addition to some really, really nice tonal work on this, like the faded out giant in the background, and like he's kind of layering on top of that. It really made me wonder process wise, like, how he put this together.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot as well. I didn't even notice the beheading or whatever is going on there. It looks like a beheading. But yeah, it's gorgeous. And I'm not familiar with what was it, Hartnell? Hartnell either. But yeah, very nicely done. And I saw Bob Layton mentioned vellum paste ups were what those were there. I had no idea. I feel like, I mean, I must have seen it. You just don't think about it. But vellum for the word balloons makes sense, right? I guess, because you could position it, move it around, and then
and once you shoot it for print, you don't notice the underlay.
Right. Flying skull with a tongue. Yep, exactly. Well, very nicely done on this one. This was again, Seamus. I already liked it. All right, cool Cal pickup. Oh, so this was even better. I love hearing that. Another Comic Art Live. Happy customers. All right, Brandon Underwood. Brandon is new to CAF, and he collects animation artwork. He collects trading card art. He collects a lot of stuff. But and I think we're going to start seeing a lot of his stuff get posted to CAF. Where he's I think he knows Matt Tulio, so they've been friends for a while, and but you can see why. I mean, the stuff that they like. This is Bianchi piece, obviously, but yeah, I mean, what can you say? This thing as a thumbnail was striking when I first saw it. I mean, it just screamed, click me, because I mean that blue is so vibrant, surrounded by the yellow. I mean, it just it's beautiful.
I really like the the futuristic, like, obviously it's 2099, so like the futuristic element of it has that. It's got a European feel to some of the the design and the European comics feel, I should say, not European architecture feel. But especially like the yellow tone that he's using, like that's a very heavy metal thing to do in my mind. I really like the individual, like, pebbling texture that he applied to Spidey's costume here. And then if you look really closely, if you get a good look at this, he's individually lighting a lot of the texture that's on the suit to, like, make the fact that, like, he went to that effort pop even more.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. Stingray says he picked up Bianchi too. I forgot about that. The record piece, but yeah, this is beautiful. 2013. Bianchi's been slaying it for a long time.
Indeed.
And this is gorgeous. See now he's. I'm gonna go find it. There it is, right there.
The record.
Newell got this.
Let me see that.
I'll tell you when Newell got this one. I mean, I was half tempted to pick it up. Right, it's an upper deck art.
I love Wrecker.
Same here. I mean, he's one of my favorite Thor villains. Right. I mean, they battle all the time back in the day. But no, congrats on this one, Newell. That was the price was. I mean, it was too good to pass up. I mean, again, so this. I'm glad you got it. I mean, it's a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Dang. Hey, that's how it goes.
All right, Stinger, you got a free pick out of this.
That's right. Nothing wrong with that. We have a little bit of time tonight. Then Chris Cooper. I don't recall being in Chris Cooper's Calf Gallery before. This is a Ken Stacy piece. What is it from? Marvel Fanfare, issue 23, page 15. So Ken is a well-known painter, obviously.
Mhm.
So you get a painted interior page. The first panel is what I think does it for me. But the composition throughout all three panels is just spot on, perfect with Doc Ock.
I love what Stacy does with chroma, where in a way, so you can call something monochromatic, right? But what that effectively means is that he's matching the chroma of the colors. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily black and white, right? It means that you're using like one chroma against one another. So in that top panel, for example, like those oranges and yellows, like those are matched against one another. And then the red and the orange in the background below, like those are matched against one another. And they're really pretty flat, right? There isn't a lot of like, he's not trying to like shadow them or like change the tone on them all that much or whatever. And like, it has this weird like flattening effect where it almost feels like an animation cell, but it's not. Like, it's just like how he's painting these pieces. And when I think of Ken Stacy, like this is what I think of. Like this is his signature look in my mind. And we don't see all that much stuff come up from him.
Yeah, that's true. And I had, when you picked it, right, I actually had to go Google it because I was like, I've not seen artwork from this book before.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to make sure we didn't do something like this was something that we did not know about, right? But I was like, dude, it's all good.
Yeah.
Peter Rose says interesting, and CJ says very true, not flat at all. And Chuck Arnold says that Heritage had a handful of these in the last year. How did I guess I didn't see them. But,
I always really liked when Stacy would do Iron Man, because like the colors of like the prototypical Iron Man suit are kind of like in his wheelhouse, so to speak, and he just really like, this is his jam, like painting like this, and it's so effective on Iron Man. It just always worked for me.
Well, very nice pickup. So congrats to Chris Cooper on this one. Now, your next piece, though, I have to tell you, it is for sale. Did you know that?
Oh no.
Yeah, it is, but that's okay because it's a cool piece of art, and it's by Jason Sean Alexander in Jason's Cap Gallery.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No. I thought about telling you, and then I thought, you know what, it's a cool piece of art, and Jason's he's been on the channel. We've interviewed him before. I like Jason's work a lot, so we don't get to talk about it too often. So it's fine. I have no problem talking about this piece. But what was it from? I did not read. It's Philadelphia, issue 1, page 22. Okay.
All right. Well, not shilling for Jason, but so inadvertently anyway. I love this composition. I'm not a horror guy by any stretch of the imagination, so the subject matter doesn't necessarily do anything for me. But that like over the shoulder shot, like down into an open casket that's in the ground, like how it's just so evocative. It's moody. Like the tones in the piece are also super moody. Like it all just lines up perfectly to make this like killer composition. No pun intended.
Yeah. No, it's
Number one Marvel fan. I totally agree. It made me think of Salem's Lot.
Oh, that's true. I was trying to think what it was making. It was giving me some vibes too. But you're right. Number one Marvel fan, Salem's Lot. I love it. I mean, I'm a horror fan, through and through, and I just thought this was a cool piece. It's one of the reasons I like Jason's work so much. I mean,
Mm,
he has a kind of a dark, approach
bent.
to a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And as an artist, from the interview we had with him, I mean, he keeps a lot of his stuff too. He holds on to it for a while, and so I have a lot of respect for Jason and his work. And so, no, I think, and it's funny until I saw this one, I kind of forget that he posts a cap every now and again,
Hmm.
and yeah, we got to get more artists sharing stuff like this. But yeah, it's a great piece, and it is marked FS, so it is for sale. I don't think it has a price on
All
it,
right.
but uh, yeah, very very well done. Creepy AF, says CJ. All right, but yeah, that's a good one. Very very nice piece. I'm gonna put my like on that too. And it's oversized, 13 and a quarter by 20. All right.
Oh,
Well,
cool. That makes it even cooler.
yes. Now this next piece is very interesting. And I'm going to let you kind of take this one away. It's in Shannon Weather's calf gallery, of course, and Shannon is a pet lover through and through.
This is just all about texture. Like every inch of this piece has some kind of texture happening, whether it's that like velvety background, the carpeting that they're sitting on, they are textured because they're, animals. So it's just like, it's really incredibly poured over like every piece of this. And it's so like the likeness on the pug is like that's a pug, man. Like there's almost an element of photorealism to that, to the whole thing, really. It's a caricature certainly of the mouse and like whatever, but I just think this is like so well executed. And when I saw it, I was like, damn, this is so well drawn.
It is, at first when I saw it, I thought it was kind of funny, but the more I'm looking at it, the more, beautiful it is. And looking at it, I want to click on it here. I mean, it's so detailed without being
Yep.
heavily rendered.
Right.
It's
Like
it's just
slavish,
so
yeah.
right, because I thought maybe there was going to be a bit more laborious work in the costume, for instance, but
Mhm.
it's pretty loose.
It's
At
kind of
the end of
loose
the
in
day,
spots. Yep.
yeah, they really got a lot out of their approach to this piece. So beautiful, yeah, awesome. Congratulations, Shannon, says Peter Rowe. Yeah, Shannon's got a lot of great stuff in his cap gallery.
I just thought this was really cool, and it's definitely outside the norm,
Yep.
from not only what we see on CAF, but what we talk about on the show. And I was definitely struck by it.
James Hance.
Also, yeah, I didn't know the artist, so I thought that was, worth a mention.
Yeah, we'll see 44 artworks on cap. Okay. Looks like Shannon's got a few, but there's a lot of other collectors that
A
have
couple
stuff
nice
by them.
Indiana Joneses there.
Yeah. Huh. Well, they must be on the con circuit in some way to get some exposure. Cool. All right. Well, very very nice. We learned look at that king bear image. It looks pretty damn awesome too.
Also in Shannon's gallery.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
and
indeed.
Grogu is too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got a fan.
Yes, he does. All right. Well, let's see. Where do we? Was that? Oh, okay, that was your last one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So there we go. Gene Park posted this. This is my
Yeah.
set of 10. You knew I was gonna pick this one. Paul Smith.
I almost
Black.
said like, "Hey, just so you know," but I knew there was this.
No, I saw this one. It popped. I have Paul Smith as a keyword, so this
Of
one
course.
popped up on my daily emails. But yeah, no, it's beautiful stuff, and there's a really nice Paul Smith in the upcoming Heritage auction
Oh, is
as
there
well.
ever?
That yeah, I know.
Probably Cockrum too in that auction.
There, oh man, I even like the Cockrum character design with that bat creature thing that's in there. I mean, I
I
don't know
didn't
if
see
you
that one.
it's cool. He said I think the write up said something like it was one of a proposed new X-Men character from, but they felt it looked too much like Nightcrawler, so they it got shelved. But it's a
So
cool
you've
cool
used it in
piece.
Legion of Superheroes.
It should have been. Right? It does. It actually looks like it, costume wise, and the way the character was drawn. But anyways, back to the Paul Smith piece. freaking great page. I mean,
Yeah.
again, to me, the X-Men is all, we love the battle scenes and everything, but it's the character pieces that are fun. And, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, alone on this page for me makes it, just because, just the interaction between the two of them were, for me, just some of the cool moments in the X-Men books that I appreciated the most. I mean, Colossus was always good too, but I don't know. I just like the two of them together, and this is just it's a beautiful page. Gene's got an amazing collection of artwork.
And I mean, if you're going to get a Paul Smith page, it should probably have Kitty and Lockheed on it, right? And this has that nice little, almost like vignette.
You got that too. I know I'm sitting there talking about Wolverine and Nightcrawler, and yes,
Sure.
you get Kitty and Lockheed as well. I mean, but come on, this is absolutely stunning, and Gene's just a lucky man. There's a few collections on this planet that I would love to get to see in person, and Gene's is one of them. But did I put a like on it? I did. Okay, got that out of the way. But let's see, where do we go next? We have J&80. I don't even have to look. This is Sod piece, and this looks much better than the saturated video that we got to look at when that clip started. But Assad's awesome. He's going to be at OAX, of course, in 2026 too. That wasn't why I picked it. I thought it was cool. I love the limited tones here, but I love the choice of color, and we get that a lot, I think, in Assad's work, where he kind of plays around with his palettes, but typically they might be a little bit more colorful, lots of oranges and greens. I feel like this muted, this blue is just it's just a cool piece. I know he's done that on some interior page sets and stuff. Who reps for a bitch? Yeah, a couple people actually rep Assad, Tamsin and Mr. DeTulio. But that is not why.
I really like the object source lighting from the psychic knife on this, or whatever that lady. It's Deathbird, so it's got to be like a lightsaber or something, right?
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, it's killer. It really is a nice piece. I love the way the way it's handled. I mean, the composition's great. The wings as a framing device work really well, and they're again super subdued. Look at, I mean, even the shadow of them on his wings. I mean, that's just cool. There's fun things happening in this piece that I really like. I mean, I'm liking it more and more the more I'm looking at it. So congrats to John for picking this one up, because it is cool, and we'll just have to wait and see by the time we do the interview with him if this is still one of his favorite pieces. But it is framed and it's on his wall. We got to see that in the video.
I do that when I want to make something harder to sell or harder to trade. I'm like, I'm going to frame this, I'm going to put it on the wall, and that's never going anywhere.
That's a good way to do it. That is a very good way to do it. Then this one is in Comic Art Boston's CAF Gallery, and I always liked this image, but I didn't like it here enough to click on that. John Romita Jr. piece, and it's early. I didn't realize the date, so it looks like it was done in 2000. So it's just a great composition, and classic Daredevil costume. Always
great pose, yeah. And pose. How often do we see him ink himself, really, for publication?
Right. So true. I love the way he's handled the background there. I mean, with the cityscape, one in silhouette, one not. So the lighting's kind of fun on this. Again, I don't. What was it used for? I don't even know. Just it was his pinup. It's had to have been published though, right?
It's more, and I'm attributing this to him inking himself, but it's more open and it's like lighter than if like Williamson or like Jansen had inked it. I think. True.
Very true. And you're right, Marcus. The Hulk Pearls is framed on my wall and will never be sold. It won't be buried with me though. Once I'm gone,
that goes in the CAF museum when you die, Bill.
That is true. There should be a CAF museum. I'll tell you, I have had this table, for so long. I mean, this is one of those rising table things that I've had probably for about 10 years. So a lot of CAF businesses happen on this table, but it's gotten to the point where the edge of it is starting to come off, however the laminate is on it. And basically this was the front, because it had pre-drilled holes for the mechanism that controls raising and lowering it, right? See, you can see that, like, so I'm going to have to, I decided to do, Ashton's in town. he's there. Oh, see, there you go. These are the best. But Ashton's in town, I think, until next Friday after he gets back on Monday or Sunday night or whatever. And I'm going to have him come in here and help me, turn the thing around so I can
Shore it up.
Yep. Well, I'm going to turn it around and work from the other side.
Oh, boy.
But I've got to drill holes in it so I can remount the controls on it. But either way, I've had this one. But speaking of the calf museum, yeah, this table can go and be part of the calf museum one day, along with
Yes.
Hulk and Pearls, and I don't know, the dueling dealers cover can go there too.
Your frozen body.
That's right. Flip it like a mattress. So you got it, Stingray. Exactly. You can't give up on this thing. This is this table is
Too much
is
history.
awesome. It is, and it is a piece of history. There we go. Portraits of all 9 chicks. Okay. Dungeon. Man, you're the place you go, Marcus, is wild. But anyway, this is in Comic Art Boston's Cav Gallery, and Cav just constantly picks up great stuff, and
Yep.
And this is one of them. I mean, look at that sparse. I'll just go back to it. Sparse lines on this thing.
Yep.
To a lot of times I feel like JR's stuff is maybe a little extra rendered, but this thing's pretty sparse and works really well. I mean,
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm saying the exact same thing. Like, I really like how open like the figure is, especially.
Mm-hmm. All right, where are we going to from here? Graham Ingles page. I'm a sucker for EC artwork, especially the title page, and I just it's always funny because they almost always have like 2 or 3 panels for their title pages, but I just love it. I mean, I'm sorry, it's just I will probably always pick a good EC title page because I love them all, and Ingles' work is always fun. There's nothing much else for me to say other than if you post one of these in your calf gallery, you almost always get on the calf update. So it's as simple as that, right? But yeah, I really love that second panel though. I mean, look at that.
Yeah,
that is it's frightening. It's back to the horror side.
I love the like hollow eyes in the figure in the first panel, and the down shot, like this, the slight up angle, like over top of the cross. Yeah, very cool.
And yeah, I don't know what year this one is, Rich, but yeah, that witch is just so. I love the line work on her face. I mean, and the lazy eye. This is just freaking amazing. I love this. And I have to say, everybody remembers that I tried to have an interview with Russ Cochran right before he passed. He agreed to do it, and we were probably a month or 2 out from it, and then he passed, right? But I have been in communication with his son, and we're kicking around some ideas about doing some kind of retrospective on Russ's life and the work that he's done. I mean, he famously did the first batch of EC reprints that I think are still like coveted to this day. He started the auctioning comic art before anybody else. He's an important person for our hobby, and I would love to do something that preserved his memory, because I don't think, I mean, people will remember him, but they won't. He was an interesting guy. Had a monkey. I mean.
Wow. Okay.
Kind of a weird guy, but clearly loved life and loved comic art and loved comic books. And shoot,
hard to fault that.
Nope. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah. So hopefully something will come of that. But his son is open to the idea of doing something biographical,
Cool.
but through an interview. So we'll see how that works out. Bruce Timm artwork. When I was picking images,
Speaking of bold lines.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at this. When I was trying to look at what image I thought would make a great, show graphic, this one just was too hard to pass up. Even I was almost tempted, if it wasn't going to fit right, I was going to turn it, because I wanted to make sure that Namor and Iron Man, got fit well on the piece, but I didn't have to. But either way, I mean, I want to see a Namor Iron Man fight in the MCU on the big screen, right? Hopefully something like that'll happen one way or another, even if it's not Tony Stark in the in the Iron Man costume. That'd be fun. I mean, when we got to see Cap and Bucky fighting Iron Man.
I want to see him fight the Thing. Damn it!
All right, there you go. All right,
those guys,
I can't argue with that.
They hate each other.
Yeah, but this is look lots of Kirbyisms in the inking. Absolutely.
Oh
There's
yeah,
that.
like actually it's funny. Steve Root on his Instagram channel this week was talking about the whatever you want to call it, the white kind of whiteout effect on punches that he
Mhm.
did, and how like that was like his thing, like he kind of invented that, or brought that language to comics, whatever. Tim is doing that here, right? And obviously this is, there's a little Colin, there's a little Everett, there's a lot of Kirby, and it's all kind of being brought to you by Bruce Timm. But the thing that really blows me away about this is, like when you're learning to draw anatomy, a lot of times they want you to do like a gestural line, right? Like you draw a line and then you base the curvature of your figure drawing on that line. Who would draw? Look at Namor. Can you scroll up a little bit?
Yeah.
Namor is
Here
basically
we go. Sorry.
Namor is basically a half circle. Like he went so nuts on that pose that like Namor is like his figural line is like a half circle.
Yeah, that's funny. I never noticed that before.
Yeah, he just like
Wow.
this is balls out Bruce Timm here.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like Marcus pointed out, it's 2002. I'm gonna have to go
Oh,
check out that Steve Rude post because I've been following him a bit with the whole stuff going on with Nexus, but I did not
Mhm.
see that Instagram post. I mean, Steve, Rude's a scholar on Kirby, and
Absolutely.
so he's. I'm gonna make a note because I'll have to check that before I go to bed tonight.
He just like he can wax poetic about Jack Kirby for hours.
Fearless drawing. Yep, I agree, Chuck. And I guess a get well soon to Steve Rude too, right? He had some eye glaucoma, I think,
Oh, really?
fixed today, or maybe it
Okay.
was yesterday. It might have been, but I think it was today. I saw that. I did see that post on social media. Oh man! All right, he drew these for comic dealers at shows in exchange for comics.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Well, it's a beauty. It's definitely
Yeah.
a beauty. Let me get my like on there. This is Eric's piece. I did pick two pieces by Eric, and hopefully everybody will give me a break on that because the other piece that I did pick, I actually liked more than the image I picked for the show. That one,
Well,
but I didn't want to go back and change it. Cataract. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was glaucoma. You're right. Cataract
oh,
surgery. I'm sorry. So then Dwayne Turner piece, inked by Danny Mickey. This is in John C's Calf Gallery. I just thought I really love the blacks in this, and I love the
mhm.
composition. I love the panel layout. I love the storytelling in it. I love that first panel, being just small cars in an alley and the word balloons going to them. I loved it. I mean, there was just not one thing that I thought was bad about this piece. I thought I love them talking in the cars. The first panel, the fourth panel,
Mhm.
not seeing anybody in them, and shoot, even with the homeless person in the shopping cart in the third panel, I just love it. I don't even know what this thing is from. What is it? Batman Orpheus Rising. I have no
Don't know
idea.
what either. I'm a fan of Bullock with his coffee there in the upper right.
Mm. Yeah, he's had that coffee mug for a long time. But look at that. Yeah, this is great. I mean, I love this page. So congrats, John C, for picking this one up.
That's
It's
cool.
very nice. All right, then is this it? No, this is the other Eric De Los Santos piece. Matt Baker from Fight Comics from 1948. I just thought, I love pieces from this era too. And when and again, I see something like this, I'm like, oh man, when am I going to get my Lee Elias page, or whatever the
Sure.
hell? But I love seeing pieces like this that make me think of other things. But I just think this is cool. That the composition is funky, but it's kind of like of that era,
Yeah.
right? Of a piece of art that's
Yeah.
pushing
Comics
80
almost
years
like
old,
didn't have a direction at the time. It was just
right?
anything goes.
How do I inset, this, and they make a round window? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But Baker, is from this period, is probably one of my favorite artists. I think that this is uh, so what would be the right word for it? I mean, so they're very confident. in what they're doing, at least in the artwork itself and the way they're inking the pages. I mean, the female's attractive, but not her breasts aren't as big as her head. I mean, you didn't need it,
Yeah.
right? It's just a wonderful piece. I read Eric's write up on this, and it was like, I didn't know what I needed. Everything that anything I want now is just like so out of my range, or reach. And then this piece just kind of fell in my lap, and I didn't know that I'd been looking for it. That's why when I was talking with James earlier, it's like about that idea of like, there's pieces that you're looking for and pieces that almost find you when you see them, and you're like, you got to own it. And I felt like that was what was going on with Eric on this. And Marcus says those are color guide notations. I saw that and I didn't really think too much about it, but that's interesting done on the actual originals. But yeah, anyways, yeah, Baker could do the ladies. They didn't need to be buxom. They were still beautiful. But either way, I thought this was a very cool piece. And
Yeah, the more I'm looking at it, the more I like it. That bottom left panel is absolutely nuts. It's great.
Yeah, we got a nice big scan here from Eric as well.
Her pose, her expression, like, oh, the tiger's not so hot, but
yeah, the tiger, it does look a little flat, doesn't it? That's okay.
Well, it also looks like somebody who had never seen a tiger, like drew a tiger.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't care.
Yeah.
He knew how to draw
The zebra, on the other
the
hand,
zebra is done really
top
well. And
notch.
so is the elephant. It's all right. Either way, it doesn't matter. Lovely piece. Congrats to Eric for discovering the need to add a piece like this to his collection.
It's really
No
cool.
Google. That's right,
Yeah,
Chuck.
right. He didn't have
we
a
had it-
picture of a tiger in his morgue.
Right, guys like Baker and back in the day, they were just clipping stuff out of newspapers and anything they could to kind of get a feel for this. And so it's probably drawn by somebody else. Not this piece, but he's looking at other artworks by other
Right.
people just to figure out how to do this. But anyway, wonderful piece. Congrats to Mr. Eric De Los Santos. So Roger Robinson. I don't know if we've ever said Roger Robinson's name before on the channel. Probably have, but
Maybe.
this is in Daryl's calf gallery. He's got a thing for Batman and Azrael, and I just thought I love the composition. I love the fact that I love this inset panel at the top because it just you could do without it, and I think the page would still be good. But I kind of like the fact that you've kind of like, because I've not read the book, but he seems somber and whatever, and I really feel like that having the panel at the top just adds this level of weight that makes him feel just even more oppressed in whatever way. I mean, I don't know what he's doing with his needle, but either way, I just like this art. I love the composition.
He's grounding, that panel really, he's establishing the scene, and in a small, like kind of quick, effective way. Like, okay, here's where Azrael is. And then panel 2, he's like, okay, there, now you get why he's sitting there. Or now you get that he is sitting there.
Right. I love this. I mean, yeah, outside of the
contrast.
Yeah. I'm not featuring druggy needles, but thank you, Marcus. Man, so you're always insightful. But
this
yeah,
is an anti-drug page, if anything, Marcus.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. The little vignette in the top to kind of set the stage for where he's at is very appropriate. Yeah, I love this page.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's very nice. So congrats to Daryl for that one. All right, I got 2 more pieces.
Oh, maybe Azrael. So it's versus Bane. Maybe Azrael was on the juice for a bit. Maybe he thought he needed Venom to beat Bane. He's got the system, though. Come on, Azrael.
First bongs, then drug needles. Slippery slope, says Jason. All right. 2 more to go here.
First, Speedy.
Oh, brother. All
There's
right.
a meme they haven't done, Bill.
I have not done that one.
Speedy with his forearm tied off.
Oh, shoot. All right. Yeah, that's one to put some thought to. But Colton Worley here. What was this used for? I didn't even read the. It's just a commission piece. All right. So
I
Andre
just
picked up.
commissioned this dude this week.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. What did you ask for the thing? Of course.
No.
No. Okay. Cool. Well, then don't tell us. We want to wait till it comes in. I love the lighting on this. This is the
Yeah.
thing that got me. It's a cool pose anyway. But I thought the lighting on this thing was cool. I mean, to kind of have the lighting accentuate the gun, and a little bit on his face. But I just thought, this this feels so realistic, right? If there's a fire or something on the ground, that's uplighting him like that. Yeah, the gun is going to be what's most striking in this piece,
Mhm.
and I love the color choices here too. I mean, his costume's blue, but you need to see just enough hints of it to know that he has a blue costume, right?
Well, and it's
Uh,
appropriately lit.
yeah, everything about
You
yeah.
see
The
the
more I'm
light.
looking at it, this piece is wonderful.
Yeah, you see the light coming off that side of the gun. He's also
Hmm.
like, he knows what he's doing with the lighting here, because that's really the only blue, yellow, red that you see on his entire costume is from that same light source.
Yep. Oh, I agree. Sick cable, and it reminds Marcus of Warhammer. Okay, I can see why I would.
I get it. I get it. He looks like a space marine right there.
He
And
does.
there's nothing wrong with that.
And I love that we can see the texture. That whatever he's doing as far as gessoing a board or whatever he's doing here to
Mhm.
put that on there. But yeah, this is awesome. Very, very awesome. So Andre, congrats. Get my like on that one. Then this last one, this was a fun piece. This is I forget who's it in. It's Cap Gallery. It's Andrew Rollis. So this is Ross Andrew. I just love the way he's drawn the Hulk here. I mean,
Hmm.
it's all this detail on the face. I mean, somebody in the comments said something like you could almost like feel that face, and you think of like Sal Buscema and other guys who would do it. I mean, you'd be more sparse, or you don't need to put a lot of effort in getting a likeness for the Hulk, but across
Sure.
the board it's like in the muscles. I mean, Andrew was going all out to make the Hulk feel weighty in
He kind
here
of
and
looks like Charles Bronson in that second panel.
oh man, now that you said it, I can't
If you put a
it's
mustache
okay,
on
wait,
him,
it's a hair. It's come on, it's that's Bronson's hair for sure, and maybe his mouth, I don't
the
know.
nose and that. Oh,
Oh, you're
that's
going. You're
something.
okay. All right. Now that it's I can't not see. All right. Uh, is it Everett inks on this one, Marcus? Is that why we're getting so much of the feathery inking on here? I mean, I guess that would make sense. Uh, I didn't look at it close enough to or read the description. Okay, he only lists Andrew as
Ross
the
Andrew.
penciler on this one. All right, it does look like him.
It kind
Doggone
of
it.
feels like Steve Mannion.
Yeah, I could see why you would say that.
That middle panel, or the kind of like that. Yeah, I
I
like
think it's
this a
great.
lot.
Is he fighting the white buffalo? I don't know.
It's
Wasn't this
Zemnu.
villain once called the Hulk or something like that? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Zemnu the Hulk. Yep.
Okay, right. So I mean, so there's some fun stuff going on here. But yeah, I love it. I just think this is an awesome page. And what issue is this thing from? Even that's from Marvel Feature 3.
Hmm.
Okay. Everett Inks. It's a great page.
Marcus says,
LFC.
look at the description.
Oh, first meeting of the Hulk and Zemnu, the Titan. Zemnu was referred to as the Hulk in his original appearance. This is the third
Yeah.
appearance of the Defenders. Oh, okay. Well, but look at I think it's great. I love it. I own it.
That's
I say
really cool. I like it
it
a
is
lot.
yeah. Well, there we go. It's a good way to end it, where
Yeah.
we both like the art, and both wouldn't mind having it in our collections. So there you go. CJ says I just picked up the second Hulk pre-hero. Okay. Bronson film ref law. All right. So I'm not going to be able to unsee that, and unfortunately, neither will they, I guess. But anyway, it is a very very nice piece. So next week we're going to be having a good time.
Yes,
And
sir.
Charlotte, I hope everybody who's going to Heroes next weekend, I hope they look Chris and I up. Kazra will be there. I mean, shoot, Chuck Arnold's going to be there. There's going to be I think that if we're smart, we should do another like group shot somewhere, because at least. Well, we've never had that opportunity at OAX. Charlotte at least has those opportunities, whether it's the art auction,
Mhm.
Or we did it the first year after the pandemic over by the cosplay stage or whatever.
Yep.
I mean, we can work something out. There's plenty of places and opportunities to do that. We might as well just say whoever's going to be at the art auction, we'll do another one. We'll have Kazra buy a couple pizzas again and throw them at the top of the elevator there, and we'll do another group photo. See if we can get. Remember, Albert Moy was even there. He even had a smile on his face. So maybe he'll be there. Stingray says he'll have his camera with him. I know we'll have a few. I heard that Tulio bought a cool device that has like a gimbal with a camera that's built into it. I haven't read enough about it, but it seems like an awesome like portable way to like film stuff. So we'll probably be shooting some little interviews and things like that throughout the throughout the show. Kazra saves a lot. He did save. Everybody was really hungry that night. Those pizzas I think he bought 5 pizzas and they were gone within like 20 minutes. Uh, anyway, all right, everybody, listen. And Chris, as always, you know, we'll be BSing in a few minutes here, but thank you as always. These are always fun, and I can't wait to get. The next week is going to be a blast. We're
I
going to
know.
have it's going to be a party in Charlotte, like they haven't seen in 12 months.
Highlight of my summer.
There you go. All right. Well, listen. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Remember, no show tomorrow, but we will definitely have that show on Saturday, 2:00. Sean Crystal. There will be an art giveaway for a sketch card that he'll be working on during the show. It is
Which is the thing.
It is, and remember, there'll be a reward tier release that only is going to drop for those of us watching that show. So he's going to be doing painted sketch cards as a reward tier that will be released during our 2:00 panel on Saturday. And honestly, if they don't sell, I'm going to get one because I like his work a lot, and to get a color sketch card, I'm into them now. I got to get a binder. I've decided I haven't asked. Kazra's done a lot of research on this stuff. I'm sure he can tell me where to go, but there's got to be like a good like trading card binder with Mylars.
Absolutely.
that kind of fits what we're trying to do here.
Ask your son.
I should have, but he never was
Poke
big.
him after.
He collected the cards early on, and then once he switched to the DS and Game Boy and all that stuff, he really didn't buy a lot of cards. I mean, I know we probably have some binders of Pokemon cards around here, but I want to get something appropriate that I can put my Hembeck cards in too that I've gotten over the years. So number one Marvel fan says he's got something that holds 1,000 cards.
Holy.
That's crazy. Do we claim in the chat? Yeah, there will be art for sale. We looked at it earlier. Anyway, Saturday, 2:00 with Sean Crystal. Tune in for that. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We did it in just over 2.5 hours. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you again soon, and we'll see you